Hello, and welcome to the stream, friends at home. My name is Scrubs Anime, and today I'm joined by my two friends, David, the video cautiously realistic, and my other friend, Godzilla, nickname Xavier Mendoza. That's right, folks. You heard it right. His first name is God, so you better not mess around with this one. Today, we'll be playing this little game called Half-Life 2, except this time, it's a mod for Half-Life 2, in which you get to see the 7-hour war from the perspective of the Combine.
Hell yeah!
And this mod, it goes by the name of Destroy All Humans. And you know what? I think the best way to see the events of the 7-hour war is to just play it yourself. And I'm glad that the team who put this mod together decided to put this mod together. I'm really excited to see how it plays out. I've heard a lot of good things about the mod, and so today we'll be playing it for you on stream.
Hold on. William, you sound a little different today. Do you have a cold? I can't put my finger on it. Something's just a little different.
No, he sounds normal to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Yeah, like I was saying, he sounds perfectly normal.
Now that I'm like really listening to it, it just sounds fine. It sounds fine. You're right. Never mind. No, sorry. But anyway, yeah. So excited to play this one. We're really interested in it.
If you're streaming in, make sure you get yourself a cup of water, get yourself some snacks, some food, a nice warm blanket if you're out there in the cold.
Also, I cooked up some lemon bars earlier.
And enjoy the stream.
Drink some lemon bars too.
Right now.
With that being said,
hello, friends.
Hey, don't
up into the night sky What marvelous beings might exist out there? Hands extended in friendship.
Well, that was a... I don't know how we follow that up. That was a start. Wow, it's starting!
Hello there, Marvel DC fan X99. Hello there, Aiden Rodriguez. Hello, Mr. Person. Hello, Euphoric Lenny. And hello, Golden Catman. Welcome.
Oh. Hey, guys.
I'm already kind of digging the graphical style of this, because, okay, the original game had kind of like... It was an attempt at, like, realistic graphics, or is about as close as they could get on PS2. But like with the remake, they're like, let's kind of play it up a little bit and do something a little bit more exaggerated and cartoony, and I think that actually fits pretty well. It's so colorful. Oh, everything! It's like it's all the same shit, just shinier and newer
and better lighting.
Hell yeah!
And it looks like it loads faster. Wait, did you skip the opening cutscene?
I skipped a little bit of it, yeah.
Oh, why?
Well, basically because the volume's a little bit too loud.
Oh, we'll just fix it.
Oh, look at it! It looks so good!
We have a 30-second delay, remember? oh, pixel trees? No, it's not. It's just a painting. The trees do look a little bit low.
Oh, I love it!
You did turn the graphics down a little bit for the stream.
Especially because how excited you guys are about it.
So yeah, David and I are big fans of the original game. I played it like when it came out as like a kid.
I played it like 2 years ago with Xavier at his house.
Yeah, we would just play it while recording episodes of Couch Potatoes back when we were allowed to sit on a couch next to each other before the problems.
Before the bad things.
So him and I played this whole game together and like thankfully beat it before quarantine. And then right about that time, we heard that they were doing a remake, and we're like, "Oh shit! I guess we're gonna play it again."
And then
Box to
earlier,
Cryptosporidium 137. Come in, Cryptosporidium.
earlier today I just thought,
here.
I'm just gonna get this and fuck it, we're playing it.
Of the mothership.
Hell yeah.
Very
Oh, I like their
funny.
weird, like...
Let's just say I'm glad I'm up here,
Like,
and
when you
you're
step
down
into
there. Loathsome
It's
little
weird.
pig.
His costume is
Now,
different,
Crypto,
but, like...
to ensure this
It
invasion
looks close
runs
enough that he's still
smoothly,
identifiable
it is
as the same
imperative we
character.
identify
I
the
like how
dominant life
they added
forms
that
on
weird
this
little detail where
world.
it looks like he's breathing out of the back of his
Lactating
head, like
bovoids
there's
are
lungs
likely
back there.
candidates.
That there was like a kind of
Surely
shape
you
on the
don't mean
texture of his
those
body in the original
foul-smelling
version, but they
gas
didn't move
bags
like
beyond
that,
the
and like
fence.
that's kind of cool how they've added that to imply a little bit more about their anatomy.
See, this is interesting because I always thought that was part of the design. Like, it always like looked as if it was popping out and if it was moving. I never knew it was just a texture that was kind of unidentifiable back then.
Oh man, here let me show you some like some old screenshots of what it looks like, and you can kind of compare.
All right.
Everything's shinier and newer and like more detailed. I definitely recommend you play either the remake or the original of this because it's just a fucking funny, awesome game. And you know what's cool? It actually has like I think multiple Half-Life references in it.
Really?
Yeah.
So I mean, the announcer was right in saying that this was.
Yeah, the announcer, he got it. He was right.
Yeah. Good on you, announcer. Pat on the back, mate.
Okay, so here's like I'm sending him screenshots of like the original gameplay so he could kind of see what it used to look like.
I think I'm going to be violently ill. Attention, Earth creatures. This planet is now part
There's
of
like
the Huron
a little bit of like
Your
an
benevolent
implication of like
masters
some kind
welcome
of
you.
circular thing on the back of his head, but you can't really tell what it is. But now with like
At the
these new graphics, everything's all bumpy and shiny and awesome.
This looks like a really nice chill wholesome game. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man! Oh, it's getting fucked up.
Reaction when they said that.
I'm surprised this game has a T rating. That was one of the shocking things. Is I think they got around it because when you make people's head explode, their head and their brains just fly out of their exploding
Sorry,
skull.
what?
Okay,
Let's
you
not
have a gun
forget
that
the
makes
blame-
people's heads explode.
Let's not forget
Or
the
you
brain
can also
probe.
just
Let's not forget the anal probe.
oh yeah, you have an anal probe gun. Like, but they made the goo that comes out with the brain green, and I think that's how they got around it. Because like ratings are always based on like how much blood is shown. So if you just change it to a different color slime, it's like you get away with heads exploding.
Oh, that's funny.
So something that I thought was cool about this, the demo of this, which was like this mission, like the opening of the game that they showed off a couple months ago, is how it's all the same dialogue and sound files, just like recontextualized to like make it seem like there's more dialogue than there actually was. They're just using all the old voice acting again.
Yeah.
But like using that dialogue in a new way so that it seems like there's a little bit more being said between the characters.
Hello, Ben Boldick. Welcome to the chat. Marvel DC fan X99 says he's been playing this game since Tuesday and he can't put it down. Oh, it's a fun one.
I mean, if it's as fun as the original, I would imagine. If it's just the same game but plays smoother and like has like maybe a couple extra features, then fuck yeah. I honestly hope they add like new guns or something. That would be really cool. Is to have some like the old game but with a little bit extra. Didn't you say that they also added cuts like missions, David?
I didn't say that.
Oh, someone in the chat said that. I think. Is that they added like levels that were cut from you. Oh, I think dinner's done, guys. I can finally eat after 3 days.
Hey!
I'll be right back.
Hey Xavier, what are your thoughts on the new Avengers game info? Well, the game is gone now, so
Nope, I don't care about the new Avengers
I
game.
think I think it looks fun. I don't like Black Widow swinging because it looks really clunky. And I think it's kind of funny that Jarvis became an AI ever since they made him.
I will now
in the
eat this
MCU.
balsamic big chicken.
David, you got a question in chat, but I answered it for you.
Do I?
It was
What are
basically
my
your
thoughts
thoughts on
on
the
the new
Avengers
Avengers
game
game?
info.
I've been avoiding information about it like the plague because both I want no spoilers and also I don't care.
Turnip seed. We got a call from Farmer Dixon over the other side of the state road. Said he heard some pretty strange noises coming from over this way.
Yeah, so I don't want spoilers. I really don't give a shit about
What
it.
is that? A new silo?
Electrocuted it with a big crypto. That's human law
Well,
like,
enforcement officer
you know,
is attempting an
I'm gonna get it and
unauthorized
play it
entry
because I
of
have
your
to for videos.
spacecraft. If those
But at the
peeblings
same
want to get
time,
their
like,
hands on your quantum
I also just like
deconstructor, they could rip a hole in the
I'm not
space-time
that
continuum.
interested. Go stop those police officermen from stealing your spaceship.
Or foul summons.
Oh,
You
I
actually,
love
like,
the new
get to
jetpack.
ride
The new
in the
jetpack is so
spaceship?
good.
You get to fly
Oh,
around
that's
and
so
kill
cool.
everyone in it. It's awesome.
That's so cool. I saw that in the trailer, but I thought it was like a mission segment.
Choose more humans approach.
No, it's like you can get into it at pretty much any time.
That's sick. Oh, look at the things on top of the things, to like the marker indicators, whatever you call them. That's a cool thing. Like the way they just popped up.
So you have both telekinetic powers and like weapon-based powers, so you can like, you know, you can do cool things like you can read the minds of humans and hear what they're thinking, and that actually like that helps. Okay, so you can disguise yourself as a human with like a mental projection, like Professor X
Psychic
style,
powers.
and with your psychic powers, but you need to keep focused in order to do it. So the more that you read human thoughts, the more it helps you focus. So you just keep reading thoughts and just hearing what everyone is thinking, and everyone's thinking the funniest, dumbest shit. Like you can read a cop's mind, and he'll be like, "Bill of Rights, my ass. My name's Bill, and I'm right."
Or like, don't ask, don't tell. Like those sort of jokes.
For me, oh yeah, if you read the soldiers' minds, they say silly shit. And so like one of them, well, like David just said, one of them goes, "Don't ask, don't tell." Works for me. Or,
And
they-
Anthony
they're, like,
also,
complaining about their CEO, or it was like, "These boots suck."
the Golden Catman says, the voice actor for the alien sounds familiar. You know it does, you're right.
Well, the boss alien, who's like your you know, your commanding officer on the mothership, he's Invader Zim, and also like Billy and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. He also voiced Frieza in one of the Dragon Ball dubs.
You know, I was just gonna like say like, you know, it sounds familiar and just leave it at that, but you know, you explaining it all works too.
Well, I think people in the chat just didn't actually look. He just said, "Oh shit," because he didn't know.
Clearly they're just not up to my genius level of humor.
To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand the humor of the Corel humans.
Oh, dude, I looked away for a second and now I'm seeing David in the fucking spaceship just rolling down. What the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just pull tanks and
That's
trucks
so
and shit.
cool.
This isn't half of what you get to do in this game, I just want you to know. You get to do some really fun shit in this game.
You've got a gun that has an anal probe, you've got a gun that shoots lightning, you've got a gun that fucking just shoots fireballs that disintegrate people, and you see their skeletons fall to the ground and turn to dust. You can, you've got like all these different attachments for your spaceship, so not only do you have this death ray, but you can abduct people, you can like, you have telekinetic powers, so you can lift people and throw them, and then you can also like use your powers to make their heads explode, or you can just do that with a gun. And you collect the brains. Because, okay, the story of this game is that there's this alien race called the Furons, and they're just this
The Combine.
warrior race that goes around the universe just fucking up people and taking them over.
Hello, Jacques 552. Welcome to the game.
Jacquees!
Hello.
What up, man?
Jacuzzi, it's a boy! So, the Furons have achieved immortality because they're so technologically advanced. And what they do is, every time one of them dies, they just create an exact clone, that has all of the memories just right up until they died, basically, right?
Are you fucking
So
serious?
yeah, and what's the setup for the game is that they've all been doing this so many times that the clones are starting to have their DNA degenerate. So they're starting to come out of the cloning tube with no genitals, and they can't like actually, propagate their race properly anymore. They're just like they're starting to become like kind of fucked up and not right anymore. So they need like pure DNA. But apparently, like eons ago, an ancestor of the Furons came to Earth and kind of played around with the locals. He played around with the locals a little bit, and now all humans in their genetic code have a little bit of Furon DNA in their brains. So you're collecting and harvesting human brains so that you can help your race's like DNA be pure again. And also, you just want to take them over because they suck.
This sounds so, like, unbelievably similar to the Combine in Half-Life.
There's a couple of parallels I could think of, yeah.
Taking over Earth, enslaving people, being so technologically advanced that you basically achieve immortality. Like, this is the fucking Combine.
Does the Combine also not have any dicks?
Played more for laughs, basically.
Does the Combine also not have dicks?
Fortunately, a Furon ship
Well,
on Earth on its way back from
no.
destroying the Martians. Human society was young, and
I mean, honestly, like a civil protection officer.
People in the chat are going Short Kings Rise Up, and I don't know where that came from, but I approve.
It's from Cody Ko and Noel Miller's music video, or just song.
From what?
You know Noel Miller and Cody Ko? The guys who were behind the "Ew, what the fuck" clip?
No?
Oh, I need to educate you about this after the stream. Full of fucking real now.
What? Why?
Because you don't get the joke.
What if I don't want to get the joke?
Sounds like a you problem.
Oh, there's one of my favorite running jokes in this game is that every time people talk about, like, they describe the alien, his name is Cryptos Viridium, every time they describe him, they go, "Oh, he's a little green man!" And he's like, "I'm not green, what the fuck?"
Is that him on screen?
He's the one that David plays as. This one is his boss, Orthopox13, who you just call Pox for short. So what I love about these aliens is that they don't talk like an advanced race at all. Crypto's kind of just a violent psycho asshole who also acts like an edgy teen. And like, he's just like, "When do I get to blow stuff up?" And then Pox is like, "Just patience." This is a stealth mission.
I'm getting more fun of this game as we play through, or like the more I know about it.
And then this game's also just got kind of like it's got like a cool kind of dark sense of humor. Oh shit! Are you doing the one where you kidnap the beauty pageant lady?
Not yet. I'm going back to the first map to collect some more DNA.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of fun missions that are like there's loud missions and stealth missions, and like both are pretty fun.
That's cool. Cyborg Diego asks if you read his comment about Peter David writing a Halo comic.
Oh, well, I mean, I've read that one about Peter David writing a Halo comic. Let me scroll up a little bit. You might be reading that tonight? Well, that's cool. I haven't heard about that. I know that Peter David does dabble in a lot of other franchises. Like, he's written, like, a Star Trek novel.
He's written... I have, like, 3 Star Trek novels of his on my shelf. He also wrote the Babylon 5 Extended Universe novels.
Well, that's cool.
And I'm sure
your jetpack is way bigger in this version, and also they have like way more dynamic animations of you floating around.
I love the lighting in this. It's so simplistic, but you could tell that it's like current gen. Like, it's nothing too fancy.
It's cartoony, but it's not, like,
Yeah.
shitty.
Like, it's very much PS2 era type lighting, where it's just like, yeah, this is orange saturated lights to show that it's sunset. Like, it's nothing too fancy, but you could tell it's from current gen.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
And like even still, in spite of it being very simple lighting, it's still very colorful.
Simple but effective.
Yeah.
That's the word.
This looks fun. Because you started talking about how you're playing this, I got all excited and I went and bought my own copy of it. And it's downloading right now. Yeah, it says
nice.
it's ready in 6 minutes.
Fuck you, it took me
I
like
want to play it.
2 hours to download this because my internet is slow, and I hate
It
you.
took me like 40 minutes.
Socially Now Spider-Man says,
Well-
how many jokes in this game are about communism?
A
Well,
lot.
This game's set in like the 50s, so a lot. This joke is
literally pull the guy's brains out of their heads. What the fuck?
yeah, it's sick. Do you have the anal probe gun yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe switch around through your buttons because you'd have it by this point in the original. Oh, you gotta abduct cows for research. What?
Oh, jeez.
How do you do that?
I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure it out.
You should like actually read stuff.
Oh, I
Where's
just
it?
need to... I need to telekinesis them into the path.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of weird. I mean, the thing just, like, passed over one of them, and it didn't get pulled up.
Well, you have to telekinesis them into the path.
I know, it seems a bit
Maybe
weird.
it only affects stuff that's like a certain height off the ground, so it's not just ripping out all the grass and lifting up trees and shit.
That's pretty fair.
Suburb!
Have any of you guys played Horizon Zero Dawn?
Nope.
I have not. Well, okay, actually, I did play it with Josh for like an hour once, like a year ago, I think.
You wasted half of your time.
Because every time he comes over to my house, he brings over his PS4 and just shows me games I haven't played. Because he knows I don't really like buy a lot of games every year. So
Brings over his PS4.
yeah, and then he just hooks it up in my living room in the basement.
Why not just use yours?
Because he's got his
Well, 'cause-
stuff
and
downloaded on
He has
his.
save files on his, and you know, it would
His account, his
sometimes
achievements.
go off without what? Huh?
His account, his achievements.
Oh yeah. And then also we just don't have to wait for shit to install because it's PS4.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Okay,
So,
the reason why I ask is I haven't played the game, like, at all. As a matter of fact, up until yesterday, or no, sorry, 3 days ago, I wasn't really that interested in the game, but again, 3 days ago, I started listening to the soundtrack, and it was by, like, complete accident, because I was, like, going to sleep, I put it on Spotify, put on a playlist, and it just happens that Spotify's recommended put on a remix of one of the songs from the game, and I heard that, and I immediately woke up. I'm like, I need to save this before like it just goes away, before I never hear it again. So I save it, and it turns out it's a remix of one of the songs from Horizon. So I'm like, this is an orchestral remix. Let's listen to the original, see how it compares. I listen to it, and like 5 minutes later, I'm listening to the entire soundtrack. It is so good, and I'm wondering whether or not the game is good because I really want to play it now, just after having heard the soundtrack.
I know one cool fact about it is that it's set in Colorado, or at least a post-apocalyptic version of it. So you can actually go to a couple of real-life locations from Colorado in the game, but like you know they're all like full. They're just like completely grassed over, and like there's trees in them, and like buildings are kind of like falling apart and shit. And because it's a game map, like the spacing and distance of things is a little bit incorrect. It's a little bit iffy, but like you know, it's a cool recreation here and there. Like Coors Field is in the game. I don't think they specify the name of it, but yeah.
I don't know what any of those locations mean. Sounds cool.
But yeah. I mean, it's just done more for us.
And I was gonna ask like the dumbest question, which is like, can you see your house, or like, can you spot where your house is?
No.
Because like this is a question that I always have for people who play games that are set in a specific city in which they live, like New York City. Can you see the building that you live in, or the house that you live in the game? Because it's always like baffled me
There was a guy
that no one has ever
who
commented
posted
on.
a
This is
screenshot.
where my house would have been.
Enough samples.
There was a guy who posted a little, like, 10-second video of him, like, perched on a rooftop in Spider-Man. And then,
Oh yeah,
like,
I've seen that.
he, like, turned his camera and aimed it out of the window of his apartment, and it was looking over the exact same location.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what makes
So,
me to ask
more or
that
less,
question.
that guy was kind of perched on the apartment he lives in the game.
That's so cool.
Nah, David and I can't really do that. We both like live too far from the only recognizable stuff in Colorado.
David and I can't do that. We don't even live in a house. We just live in a cave that we found.
Together.
Yeah. But like separate, you know. It's,
You know, just two
it's far enough
homies
so like we're not living together.
living
Two
six
homies, two-
living 6 feet apart.
But also not getting.
Know what they call
Anyway, I'm gonna go on and continue to the next mission now. I think we've had enough fun on this little
stuck in
level.
my head and I hate it.
Also, I love the music in this game. It's fun music.
I'm kind of sad that I can't unmute to like hear it because I don't want to hear my voice because I know how obnoxious.
Well, also it's like subtle enough that you probably can't quite hear it.
Fair enough.
No? How about your gun or your abilities?
Let's see.
You're incredibly lucky that this is on a new stream-only channel because I can't donate money to you as a threat, says a dreamer. By the way,
Oh,
it's been a while since I've seen a dreamer in
Hey,
any
Dreamer,
streams.
welcome.
Hey, Dreamer, how you doing?
Like, it's been ages, dude.
So anyway, I'm heading to the next mission.
Sick.
Sick.
This is a quality game.
This is a fun mission. William.
Also-
Okay, so
I made lemon bars today, which are very good.
I'm eating balsamic fig chicken.
Lemon bars have more symbolic meaning than balsamic fig chicken. You know this, right?
And fried asparagus.
I'm eating cheese and I've got a sandwich next to me, which I want to eat so bad.
I see a horde of humans.
I'm kind of like
congregating at some
self-conscious
holy
of the
ground.
sound that
Here's the plan.
like
I want
it'll
you to
make
enter the fair,
with me just
find a
unfolding the
malleable
paper that it's
human
like
and lead it back
that's
to your ship
covering
for
it,
questioning.
and it's probably gonna be
Get the
really
picture.
annoying on stream. So I've just been like holding off for like the right time to do that.
Crypto!
This is
Oh
what
yeah,
we
he's
do
gonna
to
do the
it.
disguise mechanic. Okay, this is really cool. I've been curious to see what this would look like. So you just like aim at someone, David, even if they're like really far away, and then just like do the disguise thing.
Oh, the Heartland, where the men are men and the cats.
Yo, you can also like temporarily mind play humans so that if they see you, you can stop them from telling anyone by just.
See, and this is what the holobob looks like.
Oh yeah. Sick. It looks really good in this game.
Holobob.
So you got to keep reading people's minds in order to keep this disguise up.
Some pig. Oh, I can feel my arteries clogging up right this second, and I like it.
Take
I wonder if they recorded more of these and added more of these just so that, like...
They probably
kinda-
did.
To serve and to protect, to serve and protect, to swerve and protect. Fuck! Are you reading these? These are fun.
Yeah, reading them.
And like every one of
Hold
these...
on to your hats, boys. I'm going commando.
I'm going commando, boys. I'ma go so commando, you won't even know where I'ma go. Cause I'm...
You know what going commando means, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Man, oh man, she may be the dumbest Miss Rockwell ever. And check out them cantaloupes.
Check out them cantaloupes.
I want to marry Miss Rockwell, but instead I gotta sit here hour after hour, day after day, watching this dying wheel go up and down.
God, I
round
love
and round,
America.
Over and over again until somebody dies. Hell of a metaphor.
I want to marry... choke him on the piece. I want to marry Miss Rockwell, but instead I gotta sit there after hour, day after day, watching this dang fucking... Read it too slow.
That's, you know, the reading from the game. I remember all to like just the way that they were delivered. The guy said it really fast and angry. So yeah, you're gonna kidnap that beauty pageant queen. You're gonna like mind control her into following you and take her back to the saucer to abduct her.
Chicken of the
It's okay,
sea.
she's only a local model. No one's gonna care about her.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And I think I've isolated
Oh jeez.
implant a command on a
Forget about her in a week.
bend its will to ours.
I want to thank all the little people.
Oh, you
But
keep
there's no
you
time.
keep skipping the dialogue. Yeah, it's okay. I'll play this in like an hour.
Today. Maybe I'll try riding that bareback.
Oh, look at the sexy lady. She's been hypnotized, and we're gonna make her a subject.
Oh god.
Enjoy the fair. Oh, and don't ride the mangler. It's a freaking
Could you phrase that a little bit differently next time, please?
Don't ride the mangler. It's a freaking death trap.
Killing.
It's a freaking death trap there, Scoob!
Kills.
I was talking about this with Scrubs like a long time ago, and I was saying we should have I'm saying that he should like write and voice the Australian Scooby Doo.
It was like an improv thing that we did. It was an improv thing that we did. And David was like... David and I both at the same time were like, we need to make this a thing.
Nope. Nothing to worry
Oh
about.
yeah,
there.
like, g'day Shaggy, how you going? Oh yeah, g'day Scoob!
I can't answer.
Everyone sounds exactly the same. None of them sound like any of the characters.
Yeah,
Oh Shaggy, we got a ghost in our hands. Like Zog Scoob.
like Zoink Scoob.
Where's the ghost?
So,
And lots of wavy hair like liver. Wait a minute.
These cutscenes are so much better animated.
I know.
Doesn't look like
There's
a
so much more
wavy
movement and
hair.
life to these characters than like the PS2 animations.
These are some
I
good
like
stuff.
that a lot because that means they put work and effort into it.
Please.
Because even
Oh, yeah,
something
they
like
didn't
this,
just.
that takes
This
a
isn't
lot
like
of
just
work.
one of those reskin things. They didn't just do like the Halo thing where they literally just. were
Oh
just
no,
putting
he said!
pictures on
Oh
it
no!
the same.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear what Cryptosporidium just said?
What?
Oh,
What did you
It's
say?
probing time.
Oh no! Oh jeez!
Oh gee, Scoob!
Oh, crikey, Scoob! What are we gonna do, mate?
The authorities are on
We gotta
Shut
get
the
it
fuck
before
up,
they're gonna.
Shaggy. She'll be right.
Before they probe her.
wreak havoc by using your sauce's abducto
Oh, she'll be right, Shaggy. Shut the fuck up, you whiner.
object.
But Scoob!
Wow, that saucer lifts up so fast. In the original game, it was like this really slow, theatrical animation. It was like, wow, when like the landing gear rises up, and like it starts like slowly rising off the ground. Like it was like a loading screen, but because this game's all just new stuff, it just fucking floats straight up. Get ready to just You're ready to go kick ass in like 2 seconds.
It's good. It's a good game.
Yeah, like I'm
having fun. I'm vibing with this game.
It looks really fun.
It's not like a heavy. It's not like the best game ever or anything, but it's just fun little oddity. Honestly, like it's like, and it's not like a full game price either. It's just like $30 on Steam, which is a decent deal, I say.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let me see how much that is.
Oh
in
look,
Australian.
yeah.
Which is about like half of what a
that's
normal.
like $50. No, fuck off, man.
Aww.
That's alright. I'll get it when it's on sale.
It is on Steam after all.
Gaben,
Thanks, Gaben.
Oh look, yeah, the newspaper is sick.
Or something a little more personal.
This is a fun kind of semi-casual game. It's not
Yeah.
super hard. Whoa, what was that? There was like a new alien guy that was down there in the upgrade area? I haven't seen that guy before.
We'll figure
I think
it
it
out.
was like just another technical limitation that they also just did not have very many alien characters in here other than Crypto and Pox. Like, they're really the only ones you meet.
I want to. Hey, can I get a hey chat? Can I get a dab in the chat, please?
Oh jeez, they're doing it.
In the chat, eh? Yeah, cheers, cunt.
Can I get a dab in the chat, please?
Hey,
you
David,
need
is
the
there,
dab.
when can you set up this stream so that they can donate again? Because someone was asking about that.
I think I'll just have to figure out how to turn on monetization on this new channel. Because you can't turn it on when you first set up the channel. It needs to get up to a certain size before you can do it.
Oh yeah, you need 1,000 subscribers. Fuck, that's gonna take forever. Should we've been doing these streams like for like a month now and only have 50.
We've done like 3 streams on this channel.
We've done a decent amount of them. Also, y'all need to get your friends to subscribe.
You all need to get your friends to
Definitely.
subscribe to this channel. It'll do both of us, all 3 of us, a great favor.
You know what, David? Actually, that reminds me. You should make some kind of short little announcement video on your main channel, since that has like 3,000 subs?
1.7.
What was that?
1.7.
Oh, I thought it was more. Well, anyway, you should put an announcement on there saying that if people want to go check out the streams or any of the archives or anything, they'll be over here.
I'll probably do that at some point.
Are we allowed to ask Xavier questions?
No.
If you do that, he'll find you and he will track you down. You better watch your. No, I'm kidding. You can ask him questions.
You're allowed to ask me questions, but like, bear in mind there's 2 other people here, and I'm not the main guy of this stream. I'm just like a guest, so like, ask them questions too, you know?
Yeah.
Prioritize the host, me.
Yeah, William, the Australian guy. Yeah, it's him.
That's me. I'm the host. I'm the guy streaming.
Hi, Anna. I see you in the chat.
Hi, Anna.
Hey!
Welcome
Anna's
to
in
the
chat.
Oh, I
Dab
see my
gang.
dad here. That means second dinner. I'll be right back. I just finished the first.
Second dinner.
Dab gang.
I don't have to do Australian questions.
It's time for the dab gang on this particular stream.
Hit a dab on them haters. And the haters in this case are the humans.
What if we were the real haters the whole time?
What if we were the real humans all this time?
Huh, what a strange concept. I never thought of it that way.
Oh, look at that fucking newspaper flipping up.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And take the alpha male.
Yo, is that like an Area 51 thing? Like a military base around, surrounded by fences and shit. Euphoric Lenny? No, it's not. We sort of dealt with that like ages ago. I don't know what you were, but William, what are your favorite video game genres? I like stealth, adventure, action, a little bit of horror. I like indie games a lot. Indie games are cool. I like anything with sci-fi, really, as long as it's done well. But yeah, no, those are. I like sandbox games as well. Those are really cool. Open world games are also pretty cool. Linear games are really cool as well. So I guess really my answer to all of this would be all of them, as long as they're done right.
Talking horse is the darn Uncle Milky in a dress. Be still my aching heart.
You went quiet, David.
A restricted area.
Well, I'm obviously not the host here, so like, why am I even here?
Well, as the host, I'm telling you to talk. I'm commanding you to speak as the host.
I am the law.
Say something, damn it.
Uniform.
Something.
I am a man in uniform.
There we go.
He
Okay,
said,
what's the question, Anna? She's got an Australian question for me. So.
No, Crypto! Now the humans know you're here. Back to the mothership with you.
I don't mind RPGs, Cyber being. I think RPGs are pretty cool.
okay, so what's an Australian question? How many spiders does it take to bring a bunch of human take you to take you to school?
Never mind that.
One.
Stop him before he
One of them fits. One spider fits 5 human beings, and you wouldn't need that. So one spider's enough. Those are really tall fuckers though. They're like 7 feet tall, and you gotta like sit on top of them. And you gotta like spend enough time training them to be able to do that effectively. Why do you guys have enormous insects? Do you feed them nuclear thingies? Says Anna. You see, no comment. Answer that one. Dude, and I don't question.
What is it like?
I think.
What is it like living your whole life upside down?
It doesn't really feel like it. As a matter of fact, what you call upside down feels like right side up. If anything, why do you guys live upside down? You ever thought of that?
No, I haven't.
Well, there you go. How many crocodiles have you wrestled, William? Around 10, 20 crocodiles? They're really big, scaly fuckers. You gotta put your everything into them. Just try and manipulate them and stuff. Are there any real popular superheroes in Australia that are not popular in the US? I don't think we have any superheroes in Australia ever.
What's the most popular
As a matter of
thing
fact, I don't
in
think we
the?
have the original comic book in Australia?
What's the like most
that's
popular thing in the U.S. that people in America wouldn't understand?
Hello, I've returned.
Hey, people are asking me questions in chat.
Nice.
Are the koalas dead yet? Not to my knowledge.
You're trying,
Is
though.
Condor Man popular? Don't know who that is. It snows in Australia during winter, right? No, it doesn't, Anna. No, it doesn't. Oh,
No.
well, okay.
I'll bet it snows a lot
areas
in December in right?
In some areas it does, but not everywhere, and I hate that. Because during winter you go outside and you're like, I could totally see this as a snowy environment, but it's not a snowy environment, and it makes me sad. So there you go. Is Saxon's home from TF2 if he counts as an Australian superhero? You know what? Yeah, let's count him as an Australian superhero. Because at this point we're sort of desperate for characters. Australian.
What is Xavier? Because you're the most Australian one here.
You just jump off of a roof as a soldier, and then everyone saw you and started shooting at you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anna, what do you want to dispute?
Fishing mail. I haven't watched Stargirl yet because I don't really care much for CW DC shows, so I don't really. Wait, are you at the political rally thing?
Yeah.
That's awesome. This scene was in nighttime in the original.
Why is it in the daytime?
Well, because it makes more sense for them to have a big political rally. Because okay, the speaker here is Richard Nixon. Before he became president. So you can disguise yourself as him, and then you can like try to win over the crowd and like convince them that aliens aren't there. So, but like the scene didn't really make sense because this level in the original was only during night time. Like they just didn't have any kind of dynamic day or night system or anything. So, and this whole scene. For some reason, they were just like, let's have a big town meeting at like 3 a.m. Why do you keep getting spotted? What are you doing?
I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna restart the mission just to be sure.
How'd you end up on a rooftop?
I don't know. That's the problem.
So every time you get down, you get spotted.
Yeah, and I just appear up there for some reason. Richard Nixon hits the dab. That's correct. Listen, Aiden Rodriguez is correct because Richard Nixon hits the dab.
But does he hit the nene?
You know,
I'm sure he does.
Okay. For
Good on him.
you, an Australian, do you know anything about Richard Nixon?
You an Australian?
Yes,
Did you just
the
refer to me
Australian.
as Australian?
No.
Sorry. Proud Texan. I'm sorry.
Right, okay, thank you. That's a lot better. What's your question?
You, a proud Texan. Do you know anything about Richard Nixon? Do you know, like, are you gonna get any of these jokes?
Not a single bit, sir. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Okay. He was a president from the 60s who got into a lot of trouble because he's the only president so far, as I know, who got just caught doing lots and lots and lots of crimes.
I mean, our current president did basically the same thing. Not to get too political, but like our current president is a little bit of a mischievous individual too.
No. He's the third one to get impeached, right?
So Richard Nixon was the first one to be impeached.
That basically means we like kicked him out. We were like, "You're done."
Well, we started the kicking out process, but we didn't finish it because he
quit halfway through.
He saw that the writing was on the wall, and he's like, "I'm going to resign before they convict me," because it was that clear of a case that he was obviously guilty.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Basically, and then with Clinton, it was like. He had a sex scandal that was completely... It wasn't, like, criminal, but it was just, kind of skeevy. So, like, the opposition party was in control of Congress at the time, so they obviously... So then they just decided to use it to try and get him out of the way.
So, let's explain what exactly did Richard Nixon do?
Yeah, Richard Nixon... Okay, so he... he actually did a bunch of shady shit, but... The thing that got him in trouble, that he got in trouble for, was when he hired some people to break into the opposition party's headquarters and steal their election plans.
And then someone caught them doing that, basically.
Yeah, and also, it wasn't the first time that he'd actually interfered with the other party, it's just that this time he got caught.
And that was called the Watergate scandal. Because wasn't it like the Watergate building was the name of it?
Something like that.
So yeah, he got caught trying to interfere with the opposition's election plans. There's this other thing where the president, I don't know if this is still a thing, but they have to record every conversation that takes place in the Oval Office.
No, he did it. He did it because he wanted to. It wasn't. He didn't have to.
Oh, okay, yeah. He just started. He was just recording himself all the time. But then one time when he was telling them to go steal shit, there was just 8 minutes missing from the recording. They're like, "Hey, what's on that 8 minutes there, Richie?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know, nothing illegal." And he tugs at his collar a little.
He got caught by Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah. In the movie, Forrest Gump is the one who catches him. He's the one who calls it in that movie.
Okay, Anna says Australia is closer to the equator than the Philippines, and we don't have snow because they tell us we're near the equator. Well, the thing is, Anna, the top, like, 3/4 of Australia is near the equator, and we have a desert in the center of Australia. So, in a manner of speaking, we're also pretty close to the equator. However, the bottom, like, quarter is closer to Antarctica, and that's the bit that gets the snow. Either that, or, like, the really high mountains, like, you know, really high elevated mountains that have a lot of cold, and those are the areas that are bound to get snow. But other than that, everything else is completely dry. It's completely devoid of snow, and I hate it. Someone else asks, question for both William and Xavier. Would you rather have Wolverine Canadian or Australian? I think the answer to this is pretty clear.
Well, the obvious answer is that he needs to be Scottish.
I disagree. I think if you have him Australian, it would make a lot more sense for the character. Because he goes around and he just says, "Boy cunt, it's Nick cunt, fucking fault you cunt," and that offends a lot of people, and he doesn't care. And that to me is what an Australian is.
I love the animation for the Holobob.
What was that, huh?
I was just saying, I love the animation for the Holobob.
Oh yeah, it looks really cool. So, what's also neat about this series is that each game takes place in a different decade, because, you know, the aliens are immortal, they're ageless. So, each decade has, like, different kind of rules about aliens in its cinema, and that's reflected in the games. So, you can, like, disguise yourself as, like, a human in this game through, like, you know, an illusion, because that's more of, like, a 50s B-movie thing. But in the sequel that takes place in the 60s, you can do stuff more like 60s and 70s aliens. So you can do, like, body snatcher stuff, and, like, you literally jump inside people's bodies and, like, wear them like suits. Or, like... you have a gun that calls monsters out from under the ground that'll eat people.
Hey, it's John Evergreen in chat. Hey, William is doing the questions. That's cool. Yeah.
Hey, John
first,
Evergreen. I want to eat this sandwich, but my cat decided to just take a nap on both of my arms, and every time I try to move, he'll grab me with his paws and pull my arms back down to put under his face. He's using my hand. He's using my hand as a pillow, and he won't let me move anywhere.
I want to eat my sandwich, but I'm, like, worried that if someone addresses something to me and I don't respond out of not wanting to speak with my mouth full, then they'll think that I'm, like, ignoring them. I'll get really self-conscious about that.
But my body says Andy.
It's him.
It's the big fluffy white and black cat. His name is Panda. Because I have 3 cats. I don't really post about them a whole lot, because I don't want to be one of those people, but I have 3 cats, and all of them have different weird little quirks. You know what? Now that I'm looking at the remake version, I think they changed that to look a little bit less directly like Richard Nixon, because I think they wanted to kind of depoliticize it a little bit. Maybe just a little. But if you look at the original character model, it's very clearly supposed to be. They never refer to him by name. They just say, "Oh, he's the mayor of this town." But it's very, very, for sure him.
Sometimes I kill myself.
I was gonna make a joke, but it slipped my mind.
You were gonna make a joke, but then it slipped your mind.
I was gonna make it funny, but
Wonder if I
funny didn't work.
somebody with my nightstick.
I was gonna make a Half-Life 3 joke, but I think I'll wait a little bit.
Fuck you.
Break a leg. Assure them that everything is normal.
You know, I'm so tempted to talk about that one thing that I sent to you and David yesterday.
The success of our mission.
Okay, so now I'm the mayor, and I have to distract them and say everything's fine, and like there is no alien.
Yeah, you have to say all the right things to win the crowd over.
It's gonna be fun.
Crops laid out flat in circles like a 4th of July pinwheel.
Oh look, there I am, the alien.
There goes our savings. No new shoes for the twins.
Oh, Jesus.
I guess Darlene's just
It
gonna
looks
live
so
in a
good.
motorbike.
Blame it on bad luck. For context to the audience, Xavier sent me a couple of screenshots from the original game.
Of what the original
It's a
like
comparison.
You know what? I love this little detail they added to the new cutscene where when he addresses the crowd, he does the Furon salute that he does in all the later games. Because he doesn't know how to appear like a human convincingly, but everyone's so stupid they just buy it.
The Furon Saloon?
Yeah, he does this little like hand sign thing, like this little salute thing to when he addresses himself to new characters.
So here's the options.
But he just did it just now as the human guy.
Hey, so so it says cows are glowing like lightning bugs. Pretend glowing is normal. Deny alien involvement. Tell the truth. Feign ignorance. I'm gonna say pretend glowing is normal.
Yeah, pretend it's normal.
Well, that's just the healthy inner glow that comes from chewing a cud of fresh green Rockwell grass. Why, I chew it myself all the time.
Dialogue.
Got some in my craw right now. Better than snuff.
That's just the healthy inner glow that comes from chewing a cud of fresh green Rockwell grass. I chew it myself all the time.
Strange events are happening in Rockwell. Blame weather balloons. Blame communism. Threaten audience. Deny everything. Obviously, blame communism.
You want to know what's been going on around here? I'll tell you what's been going on around here. Communism, that's what.
It's become such a fucking thing in these live streams where communism always somehow finds a way into these streams. Whether it's a joke that we make,
okay,
or
so
if it's the game itself.
Hey, so here's the thing: the situation needs a resolution. Do I act patriotic, tell a joke, insult the audience, or ramble incoherently?
Ramble incoherently like a real president, like a real politician.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, this is so good. As a matter of fact, this is a particularly good time of year for amateur astronomers.
The citizens need direction.
Visible in the evening.
Ooh, here's a good one.
Oh, they didn't like that.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. The citizens need direction. Threaten scientists. Discredit communists. Threaten communists. Discredit scientists. Enslave human populace or tell a joke. That discredit scientists one, that's very topical, if you know what I mean.
That's too real. That hurts. Oh,
all these options are great, and I'm more conflicted than ever.
This game is 15 years old, and like the jokes all still land.
So should I threaten communists or discredit scientists?
Threaten communists.
Okay.
They really like it. So this game's social commentary is that if you act patriotic, you can just kind of get away with anything. Like, you can just say, like, oh yeah, America's great! And, like, people just buy whatever stupid nonsense thing you tell them.
Yeah. Honestly, kind of feels like a cult in that regard.
How in the world is any of that?
Yeah, it's It's a lot of countries.
So I'm blaming the Rockwell County Fair destruction on bad luck, okay?
Don't you read the papers? That was a tragic confluence of some.
Oh, we got a smart mouth in the crowd.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Blame it on bad luck.
They didn't like that.
Now hold on. How come nobody in Santa
That's
Modesta
my
thinks
story,
they
and I'm
anything
sticking
like
to
this?
it.
Oh shit! You're losing them? You're losing them.
So I'm gonna insult Santa Modesta.
Oh yeah, that's the Shelbyville.
Because we are real Americans and they're not.
I don't know who Shelby is.
Okay, there's this joke in The Simpsons where they all live in the town Springfield, and the next town over, Shelbyville, is like almost identical. Like everyone in the town and the town itself is just the same, but like they hate each other for no reason. There's this weird tribal.
Look at them, they're cheering.
The mayor was right. This is a series of suspiciously coincidental but easily rationalized events.
This dialogue is so good.
Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
It's scary, is what it is.
I mean, this is exactly what happens in Australia, you know, on the daily.
Oh yeah, dude.
When the aliens invaded there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the flying saucer's death ray accidentally hit one of the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Must have missed it.
Yeah, dude, and everyone in America just turns on the news and shakes their head at Australia.
But, those silly fellas. That was our reaction, those silly fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Should we help? Nah, they got it.
They'll be right. Why am I giving Americans and Australian?
They'll be right, those fuckers.
Yeah, nah, they'll be right.
They'll be right.
They'll be right as rain.
Barbie, eh? Oh, I reckon they can take care of themselves, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, mate.
Yeah.
You know what? I realized that because my PlayStation's memory got wiped, my download of the original version of this game isn't on there anymore, so I'm gonna download that too, and maybe I'll just like kind of hop back and forth and like kind of compare it as I play them.
Hell yeah.
Yo,
We're gonna
hey.
make a review about it.
You should do that, you know?
You should.
You know what you should do? You should stop being so rude. Got him. Fucking own.
How about no?
Oh! Oh!
Shay Smithers says...
Hey, hold on. David, can you go to the upgrade screen for a second real fast? I want to see
I'm not
something.
sure what that means, babe.
Why?
Go to the upgrade screen. I think it had like a new alien or something. It was this little fella. He was cool.
We come in pieces.
You're
Or maybe
thinking
it
of
was
the
archives.
archives.
I don't know. You were scrolling through the menu, and I saw like some other alien character who looked really cool. He actually looked kind of like one of the characters from the sequels.
Like, it's a
Just like...
Yeah, that guy. Fuck, that guy's awesome.
Anyway, I'm going to the next mission. We're going to Santa Modesta.
Wait, can you customize? You can customize what you look like.
You can unlock skins.
Can you put on the classic crypto skin? Is that
It's
like
not
what you
unlocked
look like
yet.
in the original version? Oh shit! Please try to let's see what we have to do to unlock that. That'd be so cool.
I was saying that in reference to the... Oh, right, okay. I haven't seen the trailer.
I did not know
I've
this
seen
game
the
had
trailer,
like
I just never
unlockable
noticed it.
skins. Oh, that's so cool! Look at that fucking promo art for the mission, where there's just flaming skeletons and he's sun tanning. That's awesome.
First up, I want you to find the alpha male of this
Godzilla, not a Destroy All Humans channel, Mendoza.
insight into the way this
Yeah,
social
yeah,
hierarchy functions.
You know what? I'm really excited to see what this section looks like, because this level is probably like the one I associate most with this game. Is this like little suburban town that's supposed to look kind of like California, and like I would say the bulk of the game is set in this particular map because it's the biggest and most detailed one. So, like, a lot of my memories of this game are directly associated with this area. I love how David just tried to drown himself. What are you doing?
I don't know.
He's just jumping around, shooting, and flying.
Yeah?
You know what? The jetpack in this game looks so much more powerful. Like, it was so hard to, like, fly to some locations in the original. Like, you had to really fucking... Well, okay, the jetpack was, like, a little bit smaller. Your animation, it wasn't really flying so much as it was like gliding. Like, it would give you a big enough boost to go up in the air, but then you'd just be kind of like slowly drifting down, and like you wouldn't really be able to quickly get around with it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you press the button, like it wouldn't like start up again. You just get this little puff of like exhaust that would like push you up a little bit. So you'd just be kind of hammering the button to get little extra like boosts to keep going. But you'd still be just kind of slowly drifting to wherever you got to go. This one, it actually looks like you're really propelling yourself around, and like it looked like he got to an area that. Where he like picked up a collectible a second ago. I can just imagine like that exact same kind of like situation and jump and like trying to pick up that thing in the original version would be so much harder because the jetpack was way less intuitive.
Right. It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad that there's like improvements have been made. It's not just a reskin. Like they've actually actively worked to make things better about this game, while also not like just dumping it and trashing it and like we'll make it a completely different thing. Like it's still the same game, just better, and that's cool because it was already a really good game.
Yeah. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
If it's not aliens, don't fix it.
Oh God!
If it's not,
you gotta keep reading minds while you're in the holobob, Davil.
Not the only one in the holobob.
I must say,
the gamer would love this game because it's totally not guys.
Yeah, it's really not political. I agree.
This game's so unpolitical.
Damn, 2017 games and their politics.
Yeah, I mean that. I mean, you know that police officer who just bragged about roughing up somebody. You know, that's not political at all.
Man, am I crooked? I just roughed up someone for jaywalking. Says the cop. Yeah, this game's pretty anti-cop. It's really funny. So, I don't know if we'll get there yet, but would you like me to tell you what the Half-Life reference is? Because it's, like, not a spoiler or anything. It's just... At one point, you scan the mind of a scientist, and he says... I really must be going. They're waiting for me in the test chamber. Wait, wrong game. He says, wait, wrong game. He actually breaks the fourth wall in that shot level, too. David, wrong button!
No, I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to kill all these people.
He's trashed the place, yeah. I love how the objective, the in-game objective just says trash the place. Oh, my cat left. I can finally eat this sandwich. It's got paper on it. I'm sorry, guys, for the crinkling noise that you're about to hear.
Crinkle, crunkle.
It's got a sticker or something holding it closed. Alright. It's sandwich time.
Sandwich time. You're late. I'm paying for those.
Ah! I brought these sandwiches all the way from Brooklyn, but...
I'm not paying for those.
Oh, it's the guy who's making the food.
Who's making the food?
The guy at the grill, you moron!
Awaken the local constabulary. Be on your guard.
That was me.
Yes!
Oh, you made that guy at the grill's head explode.
Exactly!
Oh, that's
he
what...
didn't deserve that.
Yeah, he did!
There's
the
a
fucker.
second delay, I didn't know. What kind of sandwich you got, Xavier?
Oh look, I got the gun! So I can shoot people now.
It's got... provolone, pepperoni, salami, lettuce, onions, and black olives.
Wait, did you get that from Subway?
No, it's a different. It's like a local restaurant that makes sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
But I guess it's like kind of an Italian sandwich. Oh, did you get the? That one's fucking sick. It just turns everyone into flaming skeletons for a second before they disintegrate.
Oh, that's cool. Is that what the loading screen thing was?
Yeah. Look at it.
I'm looking at it. Yeah. I guess.
I love seeing like the skeletons disappearing.
Oh yeah, look! I saw the skeleton just there. It wasn't burning. Yeah, there you go. There's another one. It burns for a second and then it goes back to normal.
It's kind of like it burns everything around them, and then the skeleton is just black and then disappears like a cartoon.
Oh, this is a cool new feature they added. You can like transform objects around you into ammo.
That was a feature from the sequels. That's super cool.
Wow.
They added a feature from the second game to this one.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Hell yeah. Hey, do you have the anal probe gun now that you can switch guns now?
No, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see.
You should use it. That gun's fucking funny.
I love how this is like the third time you've asked that.
Well, because
you really have an anal thing, don't you?
Let's not go there.
Woof. I've heard no complaints.
You degenerate. Oh, this is a cool level.
So
this is the one where you hypnotize everybody with the TVs.
Oh yeah, you use the TVs to send a mind control signal.
This is gonna be a good one.
This is also a non-political mission.
Absolutely, there's no politics here.
Doesn't remind me of propaganda or anything. It's no.
This game's just so loaded. Oh wow! Oh my god! They actually have a nighttime for this area too. That's so cool that they keep changing like the time of day depending on like the mission now. Because that was not in the original. All of it, like this area just it had the daytime and that was it.
And the tape in the briefcase.
I hope they really do this same kind of remake for the sequel, because that game's just as good, actually. And I would like to play that with you at some point, David, because it's like that game's got like kind of some James Bond parody stuff in it, where there's like this this British organization that tries to take down crypto because like the Americans failed. So, and then there's also like a counter operation from the KGB and everything. Like that one goes global. You actually go to different places all over the world, not just the U.S. So you can also go to Japan and Russia and like what is clearly London, but they call it a fictional city or something. You know. Wow, I just noticed you do that. That little dash thing is really cool. That wasn't in the original. That's awesome.
Was that in one of the sequels?
No. I think that's a completely new feature. Is that little jetpack dash he's doing? That's really cool. Yeah, it looks like from the weapon wheel that he does not have the anal yet, which is kind of weird because I remember that was like the first one they gave you after the electric gun. Oh hey, Marvel DC fan.
Hey,
he just sent me on Discord messages a link to how to unlock all the skins in there. Oh wow, some of these look really cool. So classic crypto. This is the normal default skin. A mutant skin. Player has to complete all optional missions during mission 3. Classic crypto. The player needs to complete all optional missions during mission 7. So, you have to just do a lot of the side stuff.
I like how they give you incentives to do the side stuff now.
Yeah.
Because the thing I've been noticing is like a trend now, like in a bunch of video games, where like, in order to get cool shit, they tell you to do side stuff so that they don't just go unignored. So that they don't go ignored. So like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, because as much as I like this game and all, like, I didn't really do any of those side missions anytime I played it, unless I just, like, needed stuff for upgrades, because that's really the only thing they give you is just points to upgrade your gear and stuff. So it's cool that they hey, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, do you think they took the anal probe weapon out because it was kind of redundant because you can also just do the head explode thing? Because both like methods. What's down at the bottom of the weapon wheel, David? What did it say?
It's locked right now.
But was the name on the weapon wheel? Okay. Do you have to unlock it or something? Like buy it at the upgrade place or something?
I'll get it. We'll get it when we get to it.
I don't know. We'll get it. Because it's really funny. It shoots like just a homing missile thing that goes directly at the ass of anyone you fire it at. And then they run away screaming, holding their ass while it looks like a smoke trail comes out of their anus. And then they fall over and their head just pops. Oh, it's Sleepy Ernst! Oh, awesome! It's Sleepy. It's Sleepy. Oh, there's this fucking side character where they're like, you have to mind control, or you have to read the mind of Sleepy Ernst. He's a guy who works at the TV station and he just sleeps all day. So, like, they actually just like went with that instead of him just laying on the ground like in the original. They gave him like a chair and like a unique character model.
And then I'll start my own cable news network.
That's cool.
There's a heck of those majestic agents.
Yo, the feeling of old games is gone, dude. The feeling of getting something like Skulls and Halo or unlocking secret areas in Tony Hawk Pro Skater by grinding on the blades of a helicopter. You know what? I agree, and I think it's really shitty that that they substitute these things, as a way to get cool unlockables by just getting you to like pay for them. I think that's a really cheap cop-out, and it's an easy way to make a quick buck. And I feel like if you're gonna add these cool things in game, have them be unlockable through gameplay, like getting people to do something, challenging yet unique. Case in point, the whole thing on like grinding on the blades of a helicopter in Tony Hawk. Like that shit is cool because it's not something that everyone can do. But if you're if you're skilled enough to do that, you get a cool secret thing, so that gives you incentive to get better at the game. I'm kind of sad that they it's not a thing anymore, and they just resort to getting you to pay.
You know what? What games do have secret shit like that is just remakes of old games. Because there's all kinds of secret stuff in Resident Evil 2. Like there's another game mode in Resident Evil 2 where you play as a secret third character, and he runs through the whole game backwards with a time limit, and it's like really hard. And that was like only unlockable when you beat all 4 of the scenarios in the game, and that was still in the remake actually, and it wasn't like a DLC or anything. And I was like really excited to see it. They kept that.
All right, here's the bit where
if this game just came out as it was, like today, this wasn't a remake. This would absolutely be like a $5 DLC.
So Shay Smoothers says the anal probe's still in the game, and that David, I just need to keep going to get where it's unlocked.
Oh, sick. Alright, cool. I remember this being kind of a fun mission. You have to go around and bend the TV antennas with your mind.
The bad news is, for complex and highly
so that they pick up the full signal.
Can't I watch the news in peace? That Patel was
I'm just back in the day.
No!
TV
I
antennas
pledge
and all.
allegiance to the flag of the United States
I mean, they were really fucking annoying, but childhood and nostalgia are a thing. So,
what is nostalgia?
How
what is
can I
love?
love Lucy when she's off the
Baby, please hurt me.
Don't hurt me. No more.
Once
Unless
again,
you're
the
into
animation for bending that antenna is so much cooler looking.
I like how it jitters so intensely before it bends.
Communists! We're under attack!
Darn
I'm
Man,
a
I hope
communist!
they make a fucking sequel to this. This has to all be like
Cuban vacation is
like a good sign, right? Because PlayStation, not only did they put out the first 2 games on like just as they were as like remasters on PS4, this whole remake really makes me think that like there is a renewed interest in this franchise after it kind of fizzled out in like
the mid
2000s or something,
2008. Yeah.
Because the problem with that was that they made like too many sequels too fast. So there's 4 of these games, and like only 2 of them are good. The first and second one are awesome. The third one was like a shitty Wii game that was like a parody of an obscure fast food restaurant that doesn't exist anymore. And then the third one was just like apparently so bad that like you can't hardly find anything about it other than just negative reviews.
Although speaking of which,
can't even find a copy of that game. I looked and I looked in like 2015 and I couldn't find a copy of that game because they just like it wasn't anywhere.
Although speaking of which, speaking of alien invasion stuff. If you want to see another thing that's pretty retro, sort of retro 1950s, 1960s stuff, something you might want to see.
Exploding.
Where did you go?
Yo!
Snack time.
I was saying, something that you might want to see that's pretty cool is called The Vast of Night on Amazon Prime. It's like a real, like, low-budget indie movie that got picked up by Amazon Streaming, and it's like a little, like, retro sort of, like, alien invasion thing. And it was shot, like, on the weekends by, like, a guy who shot, like, commercials in his regular time for, like, $700,000, his own money. And then he just, like, he just did that. And then it's, like, this really cool sort of retro movie. And I appreciate the skill of making a movie like that on such a small budget, honestly. And the fact
really
that it's,
good.
like, being distributed...
Really impressive acting in it.
Yeah, and the fact that it's being distributed, like, this guy's, like, small little indie movie on one of the biggest streaming services is pretty cool, too, I have to admit.
All these fucking loading screens are so good.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to collect any brain cells in me.
I like the
'Cause
lighting
it's like
of the aliens.
It's like a parody of like a James Bond villain. Like instead of petting a cat, he's petting a brain. Man, I really hope they do this for Destroy All Humans too, because that one's really cool. That one has a boss fight with like what is clearly Godzilla, but just legally distinct enough to not be Godzilla, and you fight it in the flying saucer.
What if they like actually name it legally distinct?
I got... Hey! I have the anal probe now!
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Okay, I'm gonna use it on this woman. Look. Let's get ready.
With the multifunctional anal probe, attract and collect any extracted
is that a...
floating about
I can tell.
distance. But remember, no
that one.
unlicensed
Alright.
See?
We have a little bit of a delay, so you gotta like charge it up, then fire. Oh, did you do it?
Yeah,
I don't think you did.
I did.
Did you?
It looked kind of confusing because there was other stuff going on. Can you do it again?
Yeah.
Find someone real isolated and give him the old stinger.
Gosh darn it!
Come on, I don't know what's happening. It doesn't want to do it.
You have to charge it and then release it.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay. Let's see how it looks. Ah! Yeah! Yeah!
I mean, it's not cool. It's disturbing, but it's funny.
Oh my god! Did you hear what somebody said? After I hit him with the anal probe?
What do you say?
I'm getting flashbacks to boot camp.
You see the way they run away holding their butt?
Oh my god!
Well, now progress through the game is just completely dead halted because we're just gonna want to just fuck around with this thing.
Well, actually, it's an objective. It's a secondary objective. Use the anal probe.
Oh, sick! Perfect. That you know what? This is actually a really good time to like introduce it in the game too, because like this whole mission is just about collecting as many brains as possible. Oh, those things, yeah! Okay, you see those weird little, like, pod things that, David was just smashing with telekinesis?
Uh-huh.
So, those things are, like, these little short-range EMP devices that the government planted that screw with your technology, so you can't use your guns or jetpack when one of those things goes off. Because as you play the game, like, you know, because you're decimating the local police, and like eventually the military doesn't really stand a chance either. So you move on to the next big thing, which is a kind of Men in Black style like government agency called Majestic, and they're just guys in black suits who have their own laser guns and try to kick your ass. And there's a scene where Pox is like, "We have to learn more about these men in really, really dark brown."
Well,
I'm eating the sand. Golden Catman says he's gonna go to sleep. Stream was fun. See ya, guys. Thanks, Golden Catman.
Good night.
Hope you had a good time.
Come back next week.
See you next week. It looks like Godzilla, but due to international, it's not. Exactly, yeah. It's exactly that.
Look. It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright, it's not. What are we going to do?
Do you remember that? That was a scene in Austin Powers.
Wait, was it?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't seen Austin Powers in Asia. I saw the first one a couple of months ago, but that's about it.
I think it was from the third one or something, but
oh, right.
Yeah, there's like a scene where they accidentally like catch like a float of a dinosaur on their car while they're driving, and they're driving through like a city, and these two Asian guys are there. One of them's like, "Run, it's Godzilla!" And then one of them's like, "But due to international copyright law, it's not." He's like, "But still, it looks like Godzilla." It does, but it isn't. Like, he keeps correcting him.
That's so funny. Isn't Austin Powers Australian?
Yes, he is.
Excuse yourself. It's fucking British.
Well, actually, Mike Myers is Canadian.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You're pulling my leg here.
So really, Austin Powers is Canadian.
Did you want a saucer upgrade?
I mean,
or something a little more personal?
Why can't he be both?
Oh my god. Do you remember when, that fucking, what was I gonna say?
I don't know what you were gonna say.
Someone reminded me of something in the chat, and then I was just about to say what it was, and then I, like, read something, and then my brain erased it.
Haha, stupid American brain.
Damn it!
This is why Americans shouldn't be American.
This is why Americans shouldn't think.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been dotted.
Oh, I love these title screens so much. They're so good.
Yeah. Mike Myers. Okay. There was this thing where Mike Myers and Kanye West were trying to do
I love that.
About, like, Hurricane Katrina relief or something.
Yeah, it was a charity telethon.
And they're recording it live. And Mike Myers is like, we're here to talk to you about raising money to help the survivors of the hurricane. And then Kanye West just cuts him off and goes, "George Bush doesn't care about black people," and then just walks off. And Mike Myers' jaw just drops, and he looks so shocked and confused, and he's just looking around, and like he doesn't know what to say, and it's so embarrassing.
You know what though? Like, he's first of all, he's not wrong, and second of all, that is like it's kind of funny how like. For anybody else, that would be like the faux pas that they would have like live down for the rest of their lives. But for like
destroyed their career.
But
for
for
it's
like
Kanye West, so everyone forgot it in a month.
Yeah. And like he says like things like that on the daily. Like remember when he had like his like weird campaign rally? And like he said that Harriet Tubman didn't free any slaves.
Shiny new automobile? Check. Wife cooking meatloaf, taking
Yeah, he did that this year.
Monotonous job as a filing clerk? Check.
And he like I don't know. And it's like all his stuff with like Donald Trump, it's like is he even like doing it ironically?
Is it a prank? We don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a prank, bro. Man, my mouse is like fucking up for some reason. What's happening? It's like it keeps swinging back to like the corner of the screen, and I don't know what I did.
I know what you're thinking, ladies. And yes, I'm available.
But it's annoying.
You know who else is annoying?
My mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say your mom. Because I've met her. I know her in person.
My Wacom drawing tablet pen fell on the corner of the drawing tablet. You like that? I added like all the specifications for such a device, so that I can get a sponsorship from Wacom trademark.
So anyway, Destroy Humans: Revenge of the Big Willie or whatever the fuck it was. It was the Wii game, and maybe someone else had an easier time with it, but playing games it had the same gameplay, but on the Wii with the motion control. Using the motion control to aim in a game like this was so miserable because any tiny little movement of your hand would make the camera jitter super hard, and it would just give me really bad motion sickness. And like, it got so bad that the only way I was able to play that game is where me and my mom would play it together, both holding one controller each. So she would hold like the nunchuck and like control the legs and like half the guns and stuff, and I would with both hands hold the main Wiimote so that I could keep it as steady as possible to be able to aim the gun. And even then, we still could not beat that game because it was just so poorly designed and boring and like not good. And weirdly enough, it looked worse graphically than the game, like the first game in the series did, even though it came out like 4 years after.
Sounds about right to me. Oh, I love these scientists. I love their designs. They're so cartoony.
I thought the monkey says you should draw a dick with the laser from the ship.
Keep your panties
I second that.
What?
Yeah, look, there's the secret agent guy, the Majestic.
With tanks. Thank God. Thank Majestic. Silhouette got the army to do.
You know what?
Like,
there's actually
these cars and go get them.
Just like the Where's Waldo thing, where like Waldo just randomly appears in the background.
So
anyway, what were we gonna?
We live in a society.
Okay, so there's a really funny thing is that there's kind of a twist about a certain character later in this game, like one of the human characters, and you're not supposed to know what it is. And if you read the minds of one of those one of those like Men in Black agent guys, they'll spoil the twist ending and go, wait, they'll go, oh wait, the player's not supposed to know that yet.
Like they actually say that, like break the fourth wall.
They actually spoil something and then break the fourth wall. It's great.
It's so fucking cool, man. Why don't they do that more often?
I think Pox even breaks the fourth wall at some point. I don't know. It's just like the dialogue is really funny and like doesn't take itself seriously at all. Oh man, I just noticed that animation of the tree burning after you caught it with the
yeah, I thought that was so really cool.
You know what? This whole like laser trail in the ground thing, that was not in the original, so it's really cool how you can like just draw a path of destruction with it now.
It's kind of cool how you can just draw a penis with it now.
You could. You probably. I bet there's an achievement for drawing a penis. This game's sense of humor is like that.
Do it, Dave. Draw, oh, but he did it!
He did it! It's not a very good one, but it's close. So yeah, Destroy All Humans 2 is, like, I would say even funnier than this one. Because it takes place, like, 10 years later, where Crypto has, like, gotten complacent and started to, like, live among the humans, and, like, he just spends all of his time, like, body snatching random dudes and then just scoring with hippie chicks because it's the 60s.
Right.
So he's, like, he's just done all kinds of drugs and, like,
he's become hippie?
He's become basically like a hippie, but like not so much so in that he has any problem with the authority, because like the aliens are the authority. He's
more like
side.
the drugs and the sex and everything.
He just likes to party. So and then like the story of the game starts where they're like the aliens are kind of forced into a bad situation, and Pox is like, hey, Crypto, you got to get your shit together and start fighting again. He's like, but I'm having so much fun.
Why are you gay? African reporter man. Says euphorically.
Crypto!
Yes,
Don't
right
let
there.
that cold chamber on your destroy it! Or the scientists destroy our plans for destruction!
Is that Baracka Obama?
That is Barack Obama.
Why?
Frozen tree vehicles! For our foodle's sake! Don't let them escape! Well, one thing's for certain.
Racism is cringe. Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
Someone should make like a meme of that. It's like one of those inspirational quotes thing. Like they have the face of the guy who said it, and then the quote right next to them, and like the name of the guy like right underneath it. And then you should have like Abraham Lincoln's face, and next to that, racism is cringe. And then at the bottom of that just says Abraham Lincoln.
I want Abraham Lincoln, but he's like a Chad. So his hair is like buzzed on the sides, and he's got like sunglasses on and a tank top, and he's like shredded.
Racism is cringe.
Racism isn't very cash money, bro.
Racism is pretty unbased. I'm about to head out. See you, Aiden.
Adios, amigos.
See ya, Aiden. Hope you come back next week. Oh! I know what part this is. I love this fucking cutscene. It's so fun in the original. I want to see what it looks like in the remake. I disagree, John Wilkes Booth.
Oh no!
I'll get that.
John Wilkes Booth is the guy who assassinated Abraham Lincoln.
I say it's high time we abducted one
That's pretty cringe, bro.
really, really dark brown.
Xavil, thoughts on the live-action Just Cause in development? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Will it actually have a Latino guy as the main lead? Cast some American white guy and like just hope that we don't notice?
Yeah, probably.
David, you should fucking park the saucer. You are getting lit up.
For a second there, I thought you said you're getting laid. Like, wait. You should park the saucer, man. You're getting laid.
What do you say?
Don't get laid and drive.
Tom Cruise as Rico coming 2022.
Man, remember when he was gonna be Iron Man?
Oh god,
Like,
you know what? I like Tom Cruise. I appreciate him. Wait,
And, like,
do you have the
showing-
fucking the black hole gun? I think he just fired a shot that sucked a car into a black hole. And
No. I converted it into ammo.
Oh, okay. Like I just saw this car like shrink and like crush into nothing. That was cool. I didn't know you could also do the transmog thing in the spaceship. That was also in the second game. Like you could just turn cars into ammo. Like you pick them up and then reformat what they're made of.
That's cool.
Wonder what other stuff from the sequels they must have put in, because like the transmogrifying thing to make more ammo is like kind of a no-brainer, because you know you have one gun that has unlimited ammo to charge, and then another gun that, like, all your other guns have like limited ammo, and looking around for ammo pickups, it's just kind of randomly laid out, was kind of annoying. So the idea of being able to just make your own ammo out of anything is really cool. And also that you can, like, you know, just pick up any random object laying around and use it for that. Oh, hey, you know what? He just blew up that projector thing that has the EMP with his mind. You couldn't do that in the original. Your best bet was to just pick it up with the telekinesis and just throw it really, really far, so like just land far enough away that the wave wouldn't catch you. But the fact that you can actually like specifically blow it up is really cool.
It's cool.
Oh, did you do the mind control thing and have that agent turn on everyone else?
Yep.
He's shooting at them?
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, you can mind control, like, enemy combatants to turn on everyone and shoot them.
I love this game. I'm having a lot of fun, I gotta say.
I'm really appreciating all the changes. Like, they added a lot of good stuff. Like, and what's cool is clearly they played the sequels too and didn't just, like, only think about the first one, because they were adding stuff from the sequels.
Yeah.
We got our agent! Finally.
Alright, this cutscene's sick. I love this cutscene where you fake it.
Okay, so stop talking so the audience can hear it.
What? Yeah,
This, I want to see what this looks like.
Go to hell, Klaatu. You think I'm scared of a 3-foot space hamster?
I think
Oh,
you
this looks
should
cool.
be.
Oh no.
Now we can do this easy, or we can do it hard. Your choice. What do you know about a downed Furon scout ship?
A what?
Sorry, let me put it in baby talk. A flying saucer, crashed somewhere, or captured.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course not. What do you know about Majestic?
I know we're gonna kick your little green ass all the way back to Mars.
I'm not! These weapons, where are you making them? How many agents does Majestic have? How many other towns are you in? Son of a... Don't get mad. Get sadistic.
Sadistic.
I think this calls for the Jumbo Probe.
Oh!
Pull down does he pull down that scary machine from the saucer? I remember
Yes.
that, like, vividly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah! The Jumbo Probe!
Oh no.
Yeah, this thing's fucking scary! This thing all, like, traumatized me as a kid. I love it.
It looks like the chair from Dark.
It melts his face. I remember in the original, his fucking, his face model was, like, darkened and, like, looked all, like burnt and crispy when you pull
Oh,
him
look
out
at
of
the
there.
new
I
one!
hope it does that here, too.
Rockwell movies, Furon DNA, Area 42.
Jesus, he looks so intimidating.
Prepare to return to the mother.
Yeah!
We're going back to
Oh, shit, that's awesome!
In a second. Hold still, monkey boy.
Oh, man.
Let me just...
So the Jumbo Probe, to me, it looks like there's a chair. There's a bit in the first season of Dark where they're like working on a show, where they're working on a time travel thing, but they put like kids in this chair, and then they like cover the guy's eyes with that, like that, and then they find them like with their eyes burned out, and it's this really cool grotesque effect, and you would like it.
That was super cool. I love the way they did that. where he looks all aged and his like eyes are like all scary and fucked up.
I love the aliens animation, like the face. The thing that he does with his mouth to like make him look really angry. That was really cool.
So I'm going back to Santa Modesta
too.
too.
Even the original is that they were always really good at making sure Crypto's face was really expressive.
I'm going back to Santa Modesta to get some more DNA. So.
Oh, hey, Marvel DC fan says that you have the classic Crypto skin. So when you go back to the saucer, can you put that on so we can?
I don't think I do have it. It's locked. I'm pretty sure.
He said, well, I looked up, or he sent me a link to a thing earlier, and it just said you have to get past mission 3, and I think you just did that. Or wait, no, it was mission. It was mission 7 or something. Is that how it works? Let's give it a shot when you get back up there.
Anthony LaMonica just left.
See ya, Anthony.
What's with the chat and quoting you? I don't know if they're like quotes from your videos or...
Quoting who?
That was a quote that Crypto just said, but someone said I said it.
Hold still, monkey boy.
Hold still, monkey boy. You know, I think I looked it up, and Crypto's voice actor in the first 2 games, because I think the cast didn't return for the Wii game and the shitty PS3 game, unfortunately. But his voice actor, I remember I looked at his IMDb, and he just did not have very many other... I think they got kind of an unknown to voice Crypto, but whoever they got did a fucking awesome job. He has such a good voice, and like... He's just so Crypto is like a Wolverine type character. Like he like follows orders but very reluctantly, and he kind of relishes in carnage a little bit. And he's kind of a loose cannon, and he's a little bit of a wisecracker too. So
I'm just anally probing everybody right now, just left and right. So much anal probing.
Yeah, just like Wolverine.
Yeah, just like Wolverine. Okay, well, to be fair, there is that one alternate universe where he's married to Hercules.
And there is that one cover with Nightcrawler.
There was that time where he did have sex with Nightcrawler in that cover.
Wait, what?
There was this X-Men, or there was this Wolverine book, and one of the artists drew up this cover as like a joke where Wolverine is looking at Nightcrawler standing there naked. And they're like, could we get away with this? And they were like, they wanted to see how far they could go with that cover, like putting it like through all the layers of getting published until it was actually on an issue. They wanted to see when they would get shut down, and then they didn't, and that cover got published. So there's a cover of Wolverine staring at Nightcrawler's naked body.
Wow.
Here, I can send it to you. It's a good cover. It's just like... They were really subtle about it, so that you wouldn't immediately notice it.
Do it. Send it over.
Here, it's sending.
Oh.
I've seen that cover before, and I didn't, like, immediately notice that Nightcrawler was naked. So, like, I guess everyone else just had, like, along the publishing line didn't have, like, they didn't notice it either.
Wolverine's about to get some tail, boy.
This is why you need to employ more, like, not straight white dudes, because, like, if you had a couple more of those in the publishing line, they would have noticed. That's all I'm saying tonight, you know?
I'm not trying to be political or anything.
I'm not trying to be political or anything, but Ben 10 Alien Force's character designs of the classic aliens are fucking terrible, okay? Why would you give Forearms a ponytail? That looked like absolute shit.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think it's stupid and poopy and they should stop.
And don't even get me started on on fucking Ripjaw's lack of teeth. He has lips now, and the logo. I hate that everyone has the Omnitrix badge on their chest. It was so much more interesting when you put it in unique spots, like on Stinkfly's face, because it kind of implied an eye where he lacked one.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Are you actually understanding the things that I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, I'm a fan of Ben 10.
You
I like
bastard.
Ben 10, cool boy.
You know who else is a cool boy? Not Ben 10.
Oh, you got him.
See, I disagree with that.
No.
I'm studying the human way of life to discover what
Bless you.
drives their tiny cerebral's desires. Collect everyday artifacts. The bigger,
Thank you.
the better. Beam them up at
Thank
once.
you.
Give me the shotgun.
Shay Smithers says Crypto's voice sounds a lot like Jack Nicholson when he was young. That's very accurate. That is what he sounds like. Are you trying to abduct people here? What's going on?
No, objects.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh. Huh.
He needs objects for research.
This is a cool little side mission thing. I like how it kind of implies that the mothership is getting more involved, because this is not a side mission thing that you could do. A lot of them were like, kill this many NPCs under a time limit, or like, collect this amount of human brains under a time limit, or like, just race around the map to these preset locations. So I'm hoping that the side missions are a little bit more detailed than that, because they really seem like kind of an afterthought original, you know? And like, again, you did not have really great motivation to do them. Oh hey, you know what, David? You also need to be getting upgrades so you can use the telekinesis on like cars.
Yeah.
If you upgraded it enough,
You get a
can
bonus
lift
fit for that in this mission.
If you upgrade it enough, you can lift tanks off the ground and throw them.
It's Zach from Iron Ninja Productions.
Hello,
Jose.
Iron Ninja Productions.
Congrats on all the things that are going great for you lately, little buddy. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, he got himself.
Boyfriend.
Make a joke
One of
there,
them-
but nothing came to mind. He got himself a girlfriend.
He got himself a
Give him congrats,
boyfriend.
guys.
He got himself one of them, you know, those weird guys. They have the wider hips and the long hair, and the different parts and stuff. One of those guys, you know.
Good friends.
He got himself one of
women.
them.
Yeah, he got one. He got one of those.
With long hair and stuff.
What are those?
People.
I like the idea of a guy who's just so like he just knows so little about things that he forgets the word for women and just is like, oh yeah, those guys with the rounder chests, those guys. Like he just doesn't know what they're called. He just completely doesn't.
Female friends that them kids
He
are
doesn't
all
see,
hyped up.
like just a guy who's so ignorant that he just actually doesn't see gender. Yeah, one of them fellas.
The colossal abduction is about to
You got
Anna-
one of them different gendered friends.
Anna, stop calling me out.
Anna?
Yeah, she's messaging me.
Is she still in stream?
Yeah, she's not typing in the chat. She's just messaging me.
She's just Like,
Oh no! Oh no!
Anna be like, "Excuse me, what the fuck did you just say?" And then Xavier's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it."
Alien invaders!
Why isn't there a laugh track?
What are women?
There we go. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That guy Jerry, his timing is all wrong. Damn it.
What are you talking about?
You know, I just thought about my favorite gun from the second Destroy All Humans game.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Disc Locator, and it fires a disc out, like this little laser disc, right? And it'll catch things and then just keep flying with them stuck in it. So if you fire it at a car, the disc will stab into the side of the car, then just keep flying and like the car will just be stuck with it. So it gets really chaotic, and it'll just fly around in circles and all over the place in kind of a random pattern. So if you fire like 4 or 5 shots of it at different people, they'll just be flying around all over the place screaming.
It's pretty fun. I've played that. I got to the part of that game where we got the disc locator at first, and it was fun.
What's also cool is you can, when you're firing it at like a car, one of the funny things is that like because it's completely random where it goes, it'll sometimes, so you could fire a gun at it, like fire the gun at the car, and then the disc will fly back at you with the car stuck to it, and it'll just whack you in the face and knock you on your ass. So you gotta like be, it's really chaotic. It causes, because the thing is that creates a lot more collateral damage. Is when there's a bunch of people or objects flying around, they'll just hit more people and objects. So it just keeps like creating like chaos, and like, you know, the cars will just start slamming into each other so hard they explode. Or like you can fire, like if you fire that gun at a group of people, it'll catch one of them and he'll just fling into all the other people next to him. It's a cool gun. I wouldn't mind if they added that to this one, but I'm hoping that like the fact that they add like some of the features from the sequel means that they're probably thinking about doing that one too. I would venture to guess they're waiting to see how this one sells first, and hopefully pretty well, because they put out the two remasters like what, 2 years ago, or last year and the year before. And those remasters did well enough that like they were like, hey, let's do a remake.
Yeah.
So maybe I would love that. I would love for this to get a sequel remake, and then just a proper sequel that's like its own original thing and ignores the third one.
I think that's probably the case.
I would love that, because this is such a fun and unique little series, and it's just so like different from everything out there right now. Again, I'm really impressed by how much better animated the jetpack is in this game.
Yeah,
like I like the way that the jets they move individually, so it kind of makes how you'd be able to arc and turn.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach just posted his new video. Congratulations!
What video is it? What did he talk about this time?
Some bullshit. Some murder mystery thing, I don't know.
Is he talking about murder mystery on Netflix starring Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler?
Probably no. I don't know.
What?
That was
random. That's what he made his video about. Yeah, he made his video about.
He made this video about like a really obscure thing. I'm sure
It's
no
an
one
Adam
else
Sandler movie. That's really obscure.
Adam Sandals.
Adam Sandwiches.
I still love Uncut Gems, because for some reason in Uncut Gems, doing like such a funny voice the whole time. So whenever he says "shut the fuck up" a lot in that movie, and every time he says it, it sounds like "shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up."
Have you seen that video?
It like every time it makes it so funny.
Have I shown you
what video? Were you?
You know what they say? Every decade, Adam Sandler releases one movie where he actually cares.
Yeah, where he has to try, and that buys him another decade of garbage movies.
So, like, the 2010s was Uncut Gems, because, like, the 2000s was, like, Punch Drunk Love or something like that.
There was also that movie where he plays a guy who had PTSD because his family died in 9/11.
I haven't seen that one.
It's kind of
sad. It's the fucked up movie.
You were going for a joke there.
I was.
Yeah, so he opened a movie where he's got like severe PTSD because of some like traumatic shit that happened.
You know what they say?
It's a movie called Rain Over Me, and he's like this depressed hipster guy whose like wife and kid died, and his friend Don Cheadle tries to like help him recover and is like his buddy, and they play Shadow of the Colossus together.
There's nothing funnier
He's a
than
gamer in
9/11.
that movie. He keeps playing Shadow of the Colossus all the time, and his friend is like, "All right, can I play?" And then just play Shadow. Yeah, look at him! Look at his haircut. And Don Cheadle, War Machine, is there, and it's like, "Don't worry, buddy, I'll help you get over it."
I need a haircut, man.
Yeah, man, he's got that like Carlos Oliveira haircut.
Don't know who that is, but
It's the guy from Resident Evil 3.
He's got a depression haircut.
The depression hair, yeah.
The low maintenance cut.
I also
don't give a
have that
fuck.
haircut. Hey,
I mean, that's your base.
Okay.
I mean, the depression haircut is
so
basic.
San Andreas.
Listen, Xavier, the depression haircut is basically like your default hairstyle. You do know this, right?
that's sad.
Like, okay, is that me? Or does this level remind me of San Andreas? Just the way everything is leveled and structured.
Well, a little
Like,
bit. I
if
mean,
you
they're
go
both
back to
they're both
Oh.
they're both set and they're both supposed to be like a fictionalized parody version of a California town, you know. One is Los Angeles. I think this one, I'm not sure exactly what town specifically this is. It's not quite LA. It's a little bit more suburban than that.
This is more like Orange
But,
County
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. The U.S. city in the second game is called Bay City, and it's very clearly just supposed to be San Francisco. Like, it actually has a couple of San Francisco landmarks. It even has like Alcatraz Island and stuff, but they call it Bay City, and it's like an island. It's like a disconnected island, like the GTA stuff. Let's see.
Remember when GTA games weren't set in San Andreas all the fucking time?
I mean, there was only 2. It's just that they refused to make another one. It feels like more. It feels like more games than it is.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'm just kind of sad that they were like, "Oh yeah, San Andreas, like the original one, takes place in a different universe. CJ is not a character to these people." And it's like, why? Why would you? That's cool because they take place.
CJ and
they have like
Road Street.
references, like. Yeah, but they said that CJ is not a character you should expect to see at any point or anything, or like have mentioned directly.
San Andreas took place in like 1992.
It took place in 92, and GTA 5 takes place in I think in 2013. I think that's disappointing. I think it would have been really easy to just actually have TJ's house in there, because like his house is there's a different house in the same spot on Grove Street. No, it's a different house. I checked. It looks different. And the only references to CJ in the original San Andreas are like not in game. They're not diegetic references. It's like an achievement title, or like a level is named after, or something. Like there was that mission where you had to chase a train, and then one of the objectives is if you do it in like under a time limit, it'll say like, "Oh, faster than CJ," because it was very similar to a San Andreas mission. But like no characters actually verbally talk about him or anything that he did back then. And I'm like, well, it's kind of you had a really good opportunity for some world building there, but instead you just didn't really go for it. It's like I'm not saying. I'm like 95% sure, because like it's been ages since I played GTA 5, but I don't remember anything directly in game ever talking about him or any of the characters from that game.
I remember watching like a video where you're playing as one of the characters and they start talking about CJ, like just they mention him or like one of his friends in like just the gameplay section. and I thought that was kind of cool.
I'll have to
I don't know
look
that
for
they
that because I don't
reference it, speak about it at all.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh. I don't know.
So, like, one really cool thing that you can do in this is that you can, like, chain your... so what you can do is that there's an upgrade you have that I've unlocked that you, like, chain your, like, popping your brain extraction. So it's like,
cool.
when you do it to one person, it transmits to another person. So you can, like, chain it.
That's actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you can get an upgrade that makes the lightning on the Zap-O-Matic gun. It'll also chain the lightning to other people. Because if you upgrade that enough, you could start like shocking like 6 people at once with one bolt.
It's some good stuff.
And that's useful later in the game because that means you can stun whole crowds of enemies all at the same time.
You get some real progression in the weapons you can use on these people, and that's some cool stuff right there.
Oh, or even like with the that like fireball rifle, I forgot what the name was. You can upgrade it so it fires like 3 shots at once.
Yeah, and you can upgrade the fire rate too, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's like what I mean by that is not the fire rate. Like it actually will fire 3 fireballs out of it at the same time, and they'll just fly at something in a row, and it just like really increases like the area of effect of that weapon. Oh, this one's cool.
Oh look, it's Chad and Daphne. Like Chad totally wants to ask her out, but Daphne already has a date.
Basically. These character models are great too. I want to see what
you need is
I want to see.
A real purpose in life.
I want to see what Silhouette looks like because the leader of the evil or not evil, I don't know. The leader of like the Men in Black organization is this character called Silhouette who has the gas mask. I remember him looking really cool.
From communist invasion.
Yeah.
Thanks a million, Daddy-O.
Man, this game is fucking awesome. And I'm not even playing it. I don't even,
Look at
like,
that card! Did you see that?
Did
you see that card he gave him?
Yeah, it's got the alien face on it.
He was kicking Crypto in the ass. Now there goes a real American.
And our little film strip?
Pulled up and ready to go. The pimply projectionist is none the wiser.
Oh, is this Silhouette?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Yeah, this character's the final boss. What a badass.
Oh, look, it is Gas Mask Man.
Loud and clear.
Read me, baby.
I know I said that in a Russian accent.
In Russia, accent reads you.
Sounded like secret agent man.
In Soviet Russia,
from the one in goggles.
Mimo finds you.
Blow him up.
Thank you, Crypto, but I have a better idea. See the plaza over there by the big screen? The humans drive their carbon combustion transport.
That's
and then
bro, stupid, man.
Images for the purpose of
It is not stupid, man. It is jokes.
It is not stupid man, it is stupid woman.
It is not stupid men, we are stupid men. Because the stupidity is shared equally.
Among 3 people, that is what communism is, man.
What are you doing? Are you just jumping up and down? Oh, you didn't check to see if you could get the costume yet.
No, I didn't.
You know what? I think I'm also noticing a little bit more progression in the levels now because, like, those... I remember that military base stuff wasn't as active the last time you were here. Now there's, like, a full, like bunker over there full of soldiers and stuff, like, trying to protect the town in case you come back. What are you doing with that mind slave there? That mind control zombie man? Did you force him to do the chicken dance?
Scrubs, what happened to the yeehaw accent? Zach! You missed it. We did it at the beginning. We had this whole bit at the beginning of the stream. You missed it. How could you miss it?
How could you miss the most important event of William's life? Some kind of friend you are!
I made a funny bit. I made a funny joke. How could you miss that? You fucking
fool.
fiend.
You sex fiend.
Yes!
Maybe not that type of fiend, but...
You're not the only type of fiend we're gonna see tonight, if you know what I mean.
Sounded like secret.
I think there's a band.
Well, that sounds like a new problem, doesn't it?
I think there's the band that's actually called Alien Sex Fiend.
There's a band called the Sex Bombs.
The what?
They're pretty cool. The Sex Bombs.
Who?
They talk about depression and sadness and stuff.
Iron Ninja says he was working and talking to his girlfriend.
Yeah. All right, we get it.
What kind of
humble brag?
What kind of person sounds? I don't know. Having a girlfriend sounds pretty gay to me.
Sounded like
yeah, man.
Zach's like one of those kids who like,
with a girl.
Sorry, I couldn't hang out with you guys. I was hanging out with my girlfriend. He's like
he's in that phase of new girlfriend. Every guy does this. I swear to God, every guy has this phase where they just started dating someone, where they're just talking about it, like trying to casually work it in constantly, even if it's kind of cringy. I did it with Anna. He's doing it. William, I'm sure next time you date someone, you're gonna do it. I'm gonna be very proud of you. You're always just like, sorry guys, I can't play Xbox today. I'm too busy hanging out with my girlfriend. Isn't that cool?
See, I feel like,
aren't I awesome? And all your, and it feels like the coolest thing. And then all of your friends are like, yeah,
shut
all
the
right,
fuck up.
okay, I guess.
Shut the fuck up. See, okay, I feel like I'm at a point where I'm so chill that I'm just like, yeah, kind of a cool thing to have with me, I guess. Like, I don't bring it up constantly. I'm not like, sorry, nerds, I couldn't do this thing because I was out with my girlfriend. Like, I don't see myself as being that type of person. I'm like,
sorry, guys. I can't talk to you right now because I need to be with my girlfriend.
You got a girlfriend?
Your girlfriend?
You just ate that mic, dude, like completely.
Yep, I ate it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't talk to you right now. I have to talk to my girlfriend.
Hey, I didn't do the homework last night, guys. I was too busy having sex because I'm so cool and have a girlfriend.
But anyway, do you guys have the answers for the homework? Because it's due in 10 minutes. I really...
You rock up to class the next day, the teacher comes to check in your homework. Billy, why is chapter 3 not done and summarized as I asked you to yesterday? Sorry, sir. I was too busy hanging out with my girlfriend. And then, like, he just puts his arms, his hands behind his head, leans back on his chair, and, like, kicks his feet up on the desk, just, like, looking all cool and shit.
Sunglasses materialize on his face. Also, this character's girlfriend is sitting in like the desk. This character's girlfriend is sitting in the desk behind him, and she just goes. He face palms a little bit.
Billy goes, I bet you don't have one of those, Mr. Phillips, you fucking virgin nerd cuck.
I'll bet you don't have a girlfriend. I bet you don't have a girlfriend.
Sorry, I couldn't make it to the funeral. I was too busy profusely making out with my girlfriend.
Anna says guys who talk about their girlfriends are gay as fuck.
Yep. That's 100%
Yeah,
true.
we'll give you that. Yeah, you got it. You hit the nail on the head.
What has the stream become?
I
Man, you
miss
act like
drive-in
you're surprised.
theaters.
This always happens in the stream. This is why it's
I
fun.
I want drive-in theaters to come back. This is such a cool concept, but it's how we can watch movies and be distant because you've got cars separating.
We have a couple
There's
of
like
those in
none
Australia.
in the U.S. They used to be everywhere, and now none of them are anywhere.
Yeah, it's because
so
you guys are
depressing.
still battling COVID lockdowns. Because your dumbass people can't grasp
My
the
dad
idea
brought
that-
up a good point that like drive-in theaters would be so popular right now.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, no, you're right. Because they're being cussed, and like you would still be social distancing.
You can watch a movie, get the theater experience, but also have like two panes of glass between you and the person next to you.
Yeah.
And you also don't have to deal with like anyone's like listen to someone like crack a bag of their chips loudly or their popcorn munching. Like you're just so isolated, but also you get to go to a theater and watch a movie on a big screen. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed that we're not doing this right now. Like, you would think that some entrepreneur asshole, like, you know, some opportunist in Hollywood would be like, this is it. This is how we're gonna make $1 bajillion off it. But like, no one's done it.
Only 1 minute remaining.
I don't know why you guys haven't done it. Actually. I was gonna say
There's so
it's
many
because
fucking empty parking lots that you could just set one up in.
There really is.
I would love a drive-in theater. I've never been to one, and I would love to go to one.
We have a couple. Okay, I don't know if they're driving like exclusively, but we do have like a bunch of these theaters where like they take place outside with, on this like big screen, and the movie would be like played on the projector on that big screen, and you could just sit down in the park or something and just watch it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of those are free, or like maybe you have to get tickets or something. I don't know, but like those exist. And I've never been to one of them, but I know someone in high school who kept going to those, and he tells me that they're always great. So I've been curious to see how they hold up to actually going to the theaters.
I think the only real setback is that you see those little posts next to where the cars are parked. They have like a speaker in there, and it's on a wire, and then you lift it up and then like hang it on the window of the car after rolling it down, and then you roll it up and kind of pin the window and the thing in there, and then the sound just comes out of the speaker. And like I feel like it wouldn't be like that cool cinematic IMAX big explosion-y sound if it's just coming out of a tiny little dinky speaker on your window next to you. But I feel like in the land of 2020, we can come up with a better solution for getting sound into the cars. Like, there's got to be something else.
Just explosions.
Yeah, that doesn't
going
sound like it's. Yeah, so it doesn't sound like it's coming out of a cell phone.
Yeah.
There's got to be some better way to do that. Like, I wouldn't necessarily want them to just start putting headphones in there, but like, I don't know. There's got to be a solution.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
You will definitely be needing a more powerful weapon.
Sorry I couldn't make it to our meeting discussing peace between U.S. and North Korea. I was busy fucking my wife.
It's like that.
Kim Jong-un.
It's like that bit in.
Yeah.
It's like that bit in what's the word? Oh yeah, it's.
Okay.
If you run out of ammunition, use trend.
Sound it out.
It's the bit in your butt where you do the bad thing.
Awesome. What a hero.
Anyway, it's like the bit in but on a serious note, it's like the bit in clue where the guy says, like, I'm gonna go home and have sex with my wife. Because in the whole movie, he said, like, he's a homosexual, and that's why he'd been, blackmailed by the evil guy, and then at the end he reveals, like, oh, I was a double agent to find this guy down. So now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go home and have sex with my wife. And like...
I like to do the sex with my wife.
My wife.
That reminds me of... There's this bit in The Simpsons where Milhouse's dad is showing Homer his fucking apartment, and is like... He shows him his, like, race car bed, and he's like, I sleep in a race car, do you? And then Homer goes... No, I sleep in a big bed with my wife. And then Milhouse's dad just goes, oh.
Oh.
I just love how neither, like, so matter-of-factly, he doesn't, there's no malice or sarcasm at all. The answer just hurts him so bad.
Those are the best type of answers.
David, use the new gun, the ion detonator.
Why?
Because it blows up cars, like, way faster. And you just got a new gun, like, this just now, so, like, why not show it off? Check this gun out, it's awesome. It shoots like a little grenade that you can set off. You need to, like, shoot it farther. You have to charge it up how far it shoots, I think. Because you're just kind of dropping it on the floor and then walking away. You gotta charge it up so that it'll go a farther distance.
That's what she said.
What the hell is that? Okay, is that like the reticle for it? It's like you can change the arc? Shoot it, shoot it! Blam! Yeah, look at that thing. I love that thing. You see you see the big pulsing energy wave and the way it blew up that car? Blow up that tank with it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Oh, dude, use that thing to blow the tank up. Just charge it up and shoot it.
Just do it! What are you waiting for? Just do it!
Just charge it up and shoot it.
You
make sure you get the trajectory right first, otherwise it'll go all over the place.
Charge it up and shoot it all over.
Why does this sound like a fucking toy commercial from like the early 2000s?
Make sure to get the angle just right and shoot it all over.
Make sure to get the angle just right, then charge it up, and then it shows the guy charging it up, and shoot it all over!
And kablam!
You saved the day!
And it knocks over an action figure of the bad guy and he falls back into some small foam blocks. Those little foam blocks that are painted gray to look like bricks that were in every toy commercial ever.
I don't know about you, but I had a lot of those in my house, you know? Like, just like random foam blocks that my parents bought for me for no reason.
Awesome! These are bricks!
Find a new missile action submarine today. Available at your local toy store.
Or alternatively, you could just buy random foam blocks.
It's like that joke. It's just like weird, like kind of subtle running joke in the angry videos, where every time he punches someone, they fall back into a giant stack of boxes that was not there the previous shot, and they fall back in slow motion.
How do I get more ammo for the iron detonator?
And it happens like 6 or 7 times before anyone ever calls it out. And then like I think like Nostalgia Critic is like, why is there always so many boxes in your house? He's like, shut the fuck up! You don't get to talk about my boxes. He gets like really defensive and oversensitive about it. Like he gets really personally offended when someone mentions the stacks of boxes. Look at that gun! Look at the way it like atomized those guys. sick.
That's so cool.
I think all of these guns are in the second game. I think the only new guns that the second game really contributed were the disc locator, which I've already talked about, and then there's this one that summons a meteor strike down on a specific target. Like it's like a marker that like you can just point it at someone and it'll mark them with this little red like tag that shows up on your screen, and it'll like magnetize space debris to them, and just randomly an asteroid will just hit them in the face. It's awesome.
That's cool.
Like it just comes out of the sky, like just burning up in the atmosphere, and just lands on whatever you're at. So it's like really effective against like fucking like tanks and trucks and stuff. Is they'll just get smashed by a meteorite.
That's cool.
And then I can't remember if this was in the sequel or another game. But it was one of the sequels. I don't know if it was for Humans 2 or if it was maybe one of the other ones, but I vaguely remember there was a gun that also would summon up a ground monster to just like roll up and just pop out of the ground and eat someone and then pull them back down into its tunnel. Kind of like the graboids in Tremors or something like that. I think that was in the second game. You gotta, someone in the chat is saying go around and transmog stuff into more ammo, dude.
I know.
Oh, I thought that was like a typo, like him saying transform, but like...
No, it's the official way of doing it.
It's short for transmogrify. Okay, yeah, it was the Burrow Beast. That was in the second game.
You guys remember that really cool cartoon show called The Transmoggers?
The Transmogrifiers? Yeah, I love that cartoon.
Transmoggers. Ammo in disguise.
The Transmogrimagizers?
Ammo is in disguise.
If it looks majestic, annihilate it.
Changing before your eyes. I haven't seen the new Transformers series on Netflix. I really want to because it looks sick, and I just beat Transformers War for Cybertron the other day.
Oh, you've been playing that for like a couple of weeks.
Well, I just like kind of play it like maybe like an hour or two between work, you know, because I try to stay focused on getting stuff done at either job. So like just randomly I'll just, you know, pop it in the PlayStation and play like an hour or two, and then just pause it and get back to editing videos or something.
That's fair.
But yeah, it's it was cool. I really liked it. I'm surprised by how much of the Deadpool game was just like a reskin of it. Because both of them were developed by High Moon Studios, and like,
right.
I was not expecting this, but that game has really, really identical gameplay to Deadpool. It's just that the characters are bigger and can transform. But otherwise, like, all the gunplay and like the camera angles and everything feels just like Deadpool. It's like, it even makes the same noise when your weapon runs out of ammo, and like some of the guns, like there's this like scatter blaster that you can pick up as like Optimus Prime, and it has like the same sound effect as the shotgun in Deadpool. Like, and it even like kind of plays the same, which to me means that the Deadpool game really is just, yeah, the Deadpool game is a lot of resets and game mechanics and stuff from Transformers, and that's just such a random pairing that like you wouldn't expect that to work, but it does. Marvel DC fan X99 says he needs to play more Transformers games. He has a PS2 game, but his PS2 crapped out on him. Hey, you know what? I haven't relied on a PS2 for playing PS2 games in ages. I just got a really early gen PS3 because those are backwards compatible. So my PS3 can play 1, 2, and 3 games, and that's like how I record all my shit for reviews and stuff. And it's very handy. Because like the newer PS3s after that one, they weren't able to do that. You can tell it's the right kind of PS3 if it has the fucking Spider-Man Raimi movie font on it. Remember that?
Yeah, dude. The fat PS3.
Yeah, that's the one. It's that one. That one's the good one.
That one was like the most expensive one. They had to like make 2 other models just to like compensate for like people not buying the first model, because they had the Okay, the reason why it was expensive was because it had the backwards compatibility feature, and it would have been fine, except the way they did it in a way where like they had to get they had to make a chip and fit it inside the PS3 that's able to read like PS2 and PS1 discs, and that was really expensive. And to sort of make up the for the inclusion of that, they had to up the price. And when they found out people weren't buying it, they were like, let's take this out and make another one.
Because the newer ones could still play PS1 games, but not PS2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the weird little features that you can, on a newer PS3, you can pop in a PS1 disc and it'll work.
Huh, I never knew that.
So they really only took out the actual PS2 components, which sucks, honestly. But yeah, I get it. I understand. You gotta make your money somehow.
Yeah. Dude, I miss chat so much. Okay.
What's going on in the chat?
No, didn't miss out on much.
Oh, well, that's very, very encouraging. Thank you for the update.
I like how you can actually see inside the buildings, because like on PS2, those were just textures. There was no interior anywhere.
It's funny you say that, because a lot of 90% of games nowadays that want to have you looking through windows also use just textures, but they use a technique where it's basically they rearrange images, or they render images in such a way that when you put them all together, depending on the camera angle, it'll look like it's a fully furbished interior, like a fully modeled interior. They use that method in Spider-Man PS4, in Batman Arkham City, and by the looks of it, I think they're using it here as well. I'm not too sure. Dave, could you get close to one of the windows?
I'm a little bit fighting right now. I'm a little bit busy.
Alright, fair enough.
I'm just collecting brains.
Huh, brains!
It's a good source of protein, you know?
That reminds me, okay, so, this is gonna be a little bit of a tangent, alright? Bear with me. William, do you remember in the first Austin Powers movie, I think it was the first one, maybe it was the second, one of them, Dr. Evil gets inside of a statue of, a guy holding a cheeseburger in overalls, I think, and, flies off into space with it.
Is that at the start of the movie?
I think so. Here, let me show you. Okay, see this screenshot? Remember this at all?
Let me see. Yes.
Okay, that was from a restaurant in the U.S. called, Big Boy Burger or whatever, that existed for a little while.
Look at that!
Yeah, and, so there was a lot of references... A little bit. There was, references to it and a lot of stuff, in The Simpsons, there's, a parody of it called The Lard Lad, who, it's a donut restaurant. And, it was a popular big thing at one point, and before the 90s, when it kind of fell off and that restaurant went out of business and stopped being around, right? But then for some reason, Destroy All Humans, the Wii game, they were like, let's do a parody of that, even though it's kind of outdated, but the game was set when that restaurant was still big. So they had a parody restaurant that was run by the aliens called the Big Willie or something.
Okay.
Big Willie Unleashed. That's what it was.
Right.
And you could imagine there was a lot of puns about it. It's like, oh, you've got to unleash your Big Willie on everyone. It was just fucking dumb. And the premise of it was that Hawks and a couple of the other aliens were running this like fast food franchise that they were using to control the human populace. Where, you know, because Crypto had killed so many humans at one point, they had like too many leftover corpses. So they're like, what if we put it in the food of a restaurant and sell it back to the humans to profit off of the corpse disposal?
Jesus.
So it was like a scary, disgusting cannibalism restaurant, and you could like get inside the statue on top of the restaurant and walk around and like kill stuff with it. Like it was like a big, it was a big robot.
It was a big Willy.
Yeah. Like I said, the game it still wasn't good, but like at least parts of it were kind of funny and like a novel way. But like, I don't know. I just the fact that the controls were so bad, and also that like it was so cheaply made. And they also, I don't think they got back the original voice cast for it, so everyone sounded wrong. Let me look that up. I want to see. I'm gonna look up the voice cast. I'm like,
okay, so like, I'm just having so much fun with this. Listen, this like thing that you can do where like the brain pops multiplying, so you can get rid of like a whole crowd of people at once. It's a lot of fun, I have to say.
Panda, come here. Meow. Just sitting there, just yelling at the door because my mom closed the door. Yeah, they didn't get back Invader Zim to voice Pox. Instead, it's some guy named Daryl Curillo, who I've never heard of ever. This is also not the right voice for Crypto.
How does he sound like? Can you like do a quick description of
Ooh, Crypto?
In the Big Wheel.
You know, I could just send you like the opening cutscene of both games and you can just kind of compare.
Yeah, but it's funny to try to impersonate that.
Well, because both of them are gonna sound wrong.
Yeah. Still though, wouldn't hurt to give it a try. Come on then.
Here, let me just send you like the intro when Crypto's talking.
Yeah,
It'll start like halfway through the video. Just check.
Why don't you just, you know, like impersonate that voice?
Yes, Crypto.
It'll be cringy and embarrassing. You'll laugh at me.
Exactly.
That should put a plug in their sphincters for a while.
We should put a plug in their sphincters for a while. I don't know. I was gonna go do a joke, but I'm like, probably doesn't. Like, it slipped my mind. Is what I'm trying to say. And so I just repeated what you said.
Oh, okay.
So watch that cutscene, William, and like hear the voice for both characters, and then watch the opening of this fucking garbage ass Wii port.
You know what else is
like
garbage and an ass?
Did you want a saucer upgrade?
What?
Or something
Your ass.
What? I like only have. What about asses?
Your ass.
It's not that bad. I mean, I can tell why people would be annoyed by it. I mean, it's not terrible.
By the recast in Big Willie?
Yeah. I mean, it's alright. It's not
Eh,
bad,
I think they're very clearly not.
So let's see if I can switch a skin now. So yes, I do have classic Crypto available.
Oh, let me see.
Here's
Oh, I'm
classic.
so excited. You gotta be kind of slow because like the stream delay, so you gotta hold on it so I can see. Oh, nice! Man, it's cool seeing the old costume back. That's so cool.
Very little
What's
changes have been
what's
made.
Crypto 136?
I don't know. It's not unlocked. So anyway,
Okay, by the way, all right. So William, that's another thing about the lore is the fact that they have numbers after their name. That means that's how many times they've been. So your character's name is Crypto 137. That means he's died 136 times.
so
And the opening of the game is
so Marvel I just wanted to interrupt. Marvel DC fan X99 says, I think they just hired the interns at THQ to voice Crypto and Pox for that game.
Oh. But okay, yeah. So what's cool is that the opening of this game, you see a flying saucer get shot out of the sky, and it crashes. You find the crash site later in the game, and like Crypto gets out of it and then falls down dead basically, and then they like take his body, and that was Crypto 136, and then it cuts to Crypto 137 on the mothership being like, "They kidnapped me, those bastards." He has like all the memory of previous generation, so he's got you all objective. You got to go find the original version of yourself.
Hey guys, just to say, I think it's getting pretty late, so I think after this mission, I think we're gonna call it quits for tonight. Y'all in the audience, so we're gonna play one more mission and then we're gonna head out. Sorry for the late start, y'all, but I hope you've had a good time so far.
Alrighty.
So, one more mission, and then we will finish. And now I'm playing this mission.
Assassinate Burt Wither.
I'm also playing this mission in the classic suit just for Xavier.
Nice.
All we require is a suitable guise.
Honestly, it wasn't like a design that they needed to update very much. I mean, it already looks like...
It's a very subtle difference, actually, you know, the two suits.
Come with me.
Yeah.
Follow that crackpot. Never mind that he's crazy. He's our only lead.
I like how yeah, look at that. It's a very faithful recreation of the original costume. That's cool because it was already a. You really didn't need to change a whole lot about it. The Destroy All Humans 2 outfit was like a darker gray and had like more armor plating on it, so he looked a little bit combat ready. Like it had like chest armor and like it had a hole in the crotch. Like it had like a panel that would like it was implied would slide open when Crypto was up to no good. Because that's a thing for the setup for the play is Crypto 138. The one you're playing as now dies at some point between games, but because of all the pure Furon DNA they find in this game, the cloning process is refined again. So when they clone him again in the sequel, he's the first Furon in like several years to actually have functional genitals. So he just goes to Earth and he just puts it to use for like 10 years.
Puts it to use. That's a good way of phrasing that.
Yeah, so there's like he has a visible cod piece with like a panel line down the middle that implies that like he just presses a button and it goes like an Iron Man face mask.
It's like an Iron Man face mask, except it's Squidward's nose.
Yeah.
Elliot meant by a life of quiet desperation. Thanks a lot.
These games definitely have a very dirty sense of.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed, they do.
They
have the dirtiest sense of humor.
And because it's all like psychedelic Age of
This area appears
fights
to be heavily
like
fortified.
a hippie cult leader who shoots you with this psychedelic chemical that will make your vision go all wobbly, and you'll start seeing like multicolored flowers appearing on the screen, and like your screen goes all wobbly. It starts playing like 60s rock music, like that's kind of distorted in your ears, and you gotta fight him while like high off your ass on psychedelic drugs.
That's a good thing.
Wasn't that like a thing in San Andreas where you had to like burn down a weed farm and you get high because of it? And right after that, you had to like drive out of the farm because the police were onto you at that point. And you had to drive out of that in like in a hippie's van. You had to like go to San Fierro, I think the area was, while you're on high. And the screen and everything was just wobbly all over the place, and like trying to get your bearings in a proper way was really hard. And that section became so much like more challenging because of it.
Around the perimeter. You can turn them off though. Just shoot the machine. Watch out for the EMP mines. They've got a bunch of those around the perimeter too. You can take a human form, can't ya?
You prioritize your sandwich over your friend for hire. I see how it is.
Boy, do I love Burt Wither. Even though he called me a crackpot in that TV interview, he said lukewarm fusion would never work, but it would, and I know it. If only I'd gotten the funny, but I didn't, thanks to Burt Wither. Bastard. They've got electric force
I don't know where I was
around
going
the
with
perimeter. You can turn them off, though. Just shoot the machine.
I feel like a lot of my jokes are just that. Me trying to make a joke, and then forgetting where the joke was going, and just me like giving it a main joke outright.
Yes, indeed.
I'm on a break.
Indeed, yes.
What else would you indeed do?
That was a very sandwichy adventure.
That's what she said. And she bit into the sandwich and finished it off.
Burt Wither is under heavy guard, and only this cook is allowed near him.
Like any normal, any other person would. So yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
This is the fascinating. This is what you see. These awkward silences are why you watch the stream. The fact that like sometimes I'm just completely lost and I'm in another. I'm just in another world concentrating on the game, and then these two people are just talking in my head, and I have like no idea what they're saying, and half of the time I don't even care.
Follow that crackpot. Never mind.
Wow.
He's our only.
I'm being honest.
Electric force fields around. You better stay low. They have gun turrets around. Watch
What?
out for the EMP mines. They've got a bunch
That's another reason why I like this stream so much. When you say, "Wait, what?" I wasn't listening because I was like
Wait, what?
patting my cat or whatever.
This is why I watch these streams. It's
Just like
it's an experience if you're petting a cat. No other reason.
Yeah, exactly.
No other reason.
And like the fact that the Australian is even here is a incident. You know, he doesn't need to be.
Wait, an Australian here? Who? Where? Get him the fuck off.
I know. I would. Next time I'm not gonna have him on.
I stash stuff here too.
Whoever that
You can
Australian
have
is.
anything you find. If you spit on it.
I want to have a word or two with him. The fuck? Who the fuck does he think he is?
He's Burt Withers, you bastard.
He's coming into this American
This
stream.
seems like kind of a difficult mission too, so I'm a little concerned that you were like, let's end the stream on this one, and then I'm like, oh, this is the one that took you like 3 hours the last time we played it. And you also like refused to let me just play it for you because I could probably do it in like 15 minutes, but you're like, no, I have to!
Okay, so like, I'll give it like one. Like, if I can get a good attempt, then that's all I need.
Yeah. Alright, see you, Marvel DC Fan 99. Thank you for showing up and hanging out and promoting the stream on Twitter. I saw that. That was very cool of you. And also helping us unlock the cool skin. I appreciate all that. You're a swell fella. and a fell swallow.
See you later, guy.
And then there were 9.
And then there were 9.
Then there were 9 what?
Every time I'm in a group call and someone leaves, I just do that. I'm like, and then there were 3. And then there were 2. Like, if someone leaves, I just keep counting down. And it's just become like my thing that I do.
You gotta find Burt Wither.
Withers.
Burt Wither.
Wort Withers.
He just read the mind of some like 50s housewife, and she said, Bob never even looks at me anymore. Thank God.
I should have joined the Texas National Guard. Now that'd be some easy duty.
There's also it's kind of clear that this game doesn't really particularly like, you know, suburban nuclear family stereotype either, because there's a lot of jokes about that too. I love the satire in this game. It's really well done, because it's not like preachy or like, you know, angry or like even really like edgy. It's just really tongue-in-cheek and like played in a way that's like very like accessible. It reminds me of like early Simpsons level of satire, you know, where it's like the jokes are there, but they're not like excessive or mean-spirited, but they're also just very true to life.
Yeah.
Okay, so I failed, so I'm gonna give it one more good attempt, and then if that fails, we end there.
Zach says, tomorrow I probably won't be active. I'm too busy hanging out with my girlfriend.
With my...
Shut the fuck up.
girlfriend? Sorry, guys. I won't be able to talk to you tomorrow because I'm going to be hanging with my girlfriend.
The way the microphone distorts when you said girlfriend there.
I needed a little bit more, like, I need you to start smacking your lips a little bit more between each word. Sorry, guys, I won't be able to hang out tomorrow. I'm too busy hanging out with my girlfriend.
I can't understand your accent.
English language.
This is what that is.
I fucking love that scene. That's so good.
What scene?
Oh God, stop.
Oh, hi, Anna. I'm glad to hear you're still in the stream. You still love me. Why don't you?
Anna's like, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck? Who's Anna?
Be very careful.
Oh, you're that like,
Who is this
you're that
guy?
gay
Why is
guy,
he talking?
right? I'm like, no, I'm the other one.
Who's the gay guy?
Audie Murphy is a pussy. Now John Wayne, that's
Me, apparently.
Yeah, I always knew that you were gay.
Jacob just typed in the chat, I'm literally gonna cut off oxygen supply. Oh, hi, Jacob! How you doing, little
Hello,
buddy? Little
Jacob.
fella? Jacob?
Jacob.
Let's make Anna a mod. She can be a stream mod.
what's going on. Party's over.
Did you guys hear they're banning TikTok in the US?
I think that's really stupid because isn't that what like North Korea is doing? Or isn't that a thing that they do at least?
Well,
And so
North
I kinda
Korea
feel
doesn't
like
really
it's-
allow any social media over there.
Right, but like I feel like we're going down this slippery slope where like if a president doesn't like something, he's gonna ban it.
Well, that's
And
been,
apparently
you know,
his
that's
reasoning is 'cause it's like a
that's basically all of American history. You know, it's nothing new.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh boy, that Ike.
I mean, on the bright side, you're gonna get a lot more Australian content on TikTok, so I'm not complaining there.
Well, there's a rumor. There's also a rumor that they're going to sell it to Microsoft, and you know what that happens is that Microsoft is immediately going to make it uncool, and nobody's going to use it anymore.
TikTok does steal information. Yeah, that's fair. But I mean,
but that's like what Facebook does for years, and like nobody's talking about banning Facebook.
Apps do that. So it's not just TikTok. Like Google does that all the time. Facebook does that all the time.
The only difference is that it's the Chinese who are doing it this time, and we don't like the Chinese. So.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, I could see the risks behind that happening, but again, like I feel it should be a thing that's enforced over everything as opposed to just things that aren't American.
But you don't get it, right?
Stealing information, like, done by anyone is really shitty and stupid. And pretty, like, pretty shitty.
Jackasses.
What were you guys talking about? I was reading those pages where Iron Man's sex tape leaks. Someone posted it on Twitter. Remember that? Mm-hmm. When there was a storyline about how Iron Man's celebrity sex tape leaked to the press.
I think this was my first and only Ultimates comic that I read. I know Venom and Spider-Man appeared in that, but that's it. Like, I don't know anything else. And I know that was the issue that started the whole Ultimatum arc, but that's it. Like, that's the only thing I read of Ultimates.
Nightstick, check.
Ultimates is like, there's cool ideas, and like some of it is actually pretty good, but like the characters are trash. Because the whole idea was like, Mark Millar was like, yeah, the movie's better because it fixes the character problem. But Mark Millar, he was like, what if the Avengers were all a bunch of assholes? And that's the premise of the Ultimates. So the Avengers are heroes, and they all do like objectively heroic good things. Sometimes when they're saving people, but like when they're not saving people and like being superheroes, they're just a bunch of grouchy pieces of shit. Like Captain America is a little bit racist and like a little bit like outdated and kind of acts like an old man, and he's like imagine if he was actually like yelling at people for cussing too much, or he's like he's really grouchy and he's like, I sure hate all this modern TV. All the women keep taking their clothes off too much. It's just not wholesome enough. Like that kind of thing. And then Hank Pym beats the absolute fuck out of his wife constantly. Out of Janet, yeah, he punches her so bad her like the roof of her mouth splits open and like her nose breaks, and like then he just slaps her around horrible. And then the Hulk is like eating people and like attempting to rape people because he's just super strong and can do whatever he wants. So he just like eats people and like tries to molest Janet at some point, but she's too fast for him to catch. It's crazy. Yeah, the scary horny Hulk, who also he has sex with She-Hulk on a mountain. She-Hulk is also Betty Banner in that one, so it's not his cousin. But
isn't she also the Red Hulk?
So yeah, but she's green in the Ultimates because it was where she became like a red She-Hulk in 616.
Okay, so like...
But anyway, so yeah.
This is very confusing, and it's very much... Why?
You know what? Here's the weird, fucked up thing. The only character who's not edgier and shittier is Iron Man, and the nice guy on the team.
So, like... You just missed
He's really... Whoa, this is cool. You did not do this in the original. All of this stuff was outdoors.
Reflection just there on the window?
No,
there was a reflection, and it was like live,
Please, don't hurt
real
me.
time.
Oh look, it's Burt Withers.
Oh, that's cool. I'm like baffled by all that. in this scene in the original, all of this was outdoors. You were just walking along the edge of the beach, and you find this guy in like a cabin, because it was just like, you know, they needed to put a mission in here where you infiltrate the compound, but want to build like an extra building. So they just like used one of the shacks on the beach. It was like, you know, it had kind of that like we needed to add an extra level, but like didn't want to build more assets kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like all of this being inside is like new stuff. That's really impressive and cool.
Feels like it makes more sense too.
Oh, definitely. Because like, why would you have him just in a shack that like anyone could walk up to on the beach?
Yeah. Deck enthusiasts watches alien video game with friends. I mean, that's fun.
Yeah. Jacob's talking more about the Ultimates. It's like in Iron Man Has Faith in Peter Parker, where Cap votes against him joining the Ultimates. Or like, Iron Man is like weirdly the most open-minded and kind guy on the team. Thor was mostly the same. Thor was like,
Thor was just like a more
he'd been
badass version of itself, as far as I could tell.
Actually, yeah. What was cool is like that version of Thor had been living on Earth for like a really long while. So he was like, by the time the story starts, he's very acclimated to our culture. And like he's like a political activist, like is trying to save the whales. So he uses his powers to like stop whalers. Like, you know, is like he's like pro environment, and like he's using his powers to like stand up to like, you know, government bullies and stuff. And like they recruit him to the Ultimates, and the whole thing was like no one believed he was actually the god of. Thought he was just like some fraud asshole with with like a hammer that was just really advanced technology. They didn't know that his powers were legit because like his suit is a little bit more like tech based in that one, or at least it looks like it. And then Loki shows up. Loki shows up disguised as a scientist. Like, oh yeah, my brother, he's actually very mentally ill. He believes himself to be the god of thunder, but he's actually just, you know, he just stole this device I made. I had this hammer that was a channel lightning and, you know, give powers to the wearer. He stole it and has been telling everyone he's a god. So they actually think Thor is like a fraud and beat him up and try and like stop him. But then later in the story, Loki reveals he's actually take over everything, like Avengers 1 style, and then Thor shows up again, opening up all kinds of portals so like a bunch of Asgardian warriors can come through, and he's just like, I fucking told you so! And all the Avengers are like, dude, we owe him the biggest apology. Yeah, the Ultimate version of Thor, I like that.
Ultimates movie. Like, he was so like medieval, like, medieval-esque. Like the way he spoke and everything, it was very like Shakespeare.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really like that. Like that's one thing I wish the MCU movies did more. Like they did it in Thor 1 and a little bit in Avengers, but that's about it. Like after that, he just
after Joss Whedon stopped writing him,
they started toning down the thous and thys a little bit because
I thought that gave him more personality.
They wanted to make it a little bit more easy to follow what he was. Tone down the Shakespearean a little bit. I think it's cool. I don't mind it.
The Shakespearean?
Yeah.
The toning down.
Well, no, I like the way that he talked before. I don't think they needed to tone it down.
Like, I wish they kept it that way.
Like,
Alright!
I get why they did it.
I got that part of the mission done! Yay!
Yay!
Let's see if this is the end of the mission or if there's a little bit more to it.
You abducted Burt Wither.
I love Burt Withers. I love his candy, you know? Those are good candies, the Withers.
Nice. You abducted him. I think they don't even show that on screen in the original game. You just take him back to the saucer in the mission.
Iron Man is a mega dick in the Avengers movie. Okay, you know what I don't get? They basically reset his character up after Iron Man 1. Because it feels as though he learned nothing from that movie. And he just went back to being a completely, like, narcissistic dick.
I mean, that happens to him over and over
Whereas
again.
in Iron Man 1, he sort of changed that, and he became, like, I'm not a narcissist, I'm focused on this mission to, like, rid the world of my weapons. But
and then he
that,
just
he
builds
like,
a fuckload more weapons.
I'm just really
That
cool
tons of people have access to.
And he keeps doing that over and over again. You know?
He created Ultron. Like, after Iron Man 3, where he's like, I'm done with this. He went back to being an Avenger after, like, destroying all of his fucking suits.
Well, and then even okay, so the whole point of Age of Ultron was, like, you can't create it like a... You know, it was talking about how you can't create, like, an automated defense system to police the world, and that's, like, you know, morally wrong, and it would too easily fall into the wrong hands or develop its own twisted sense of justice. Because, like, he builds an army of drones, like Iron Man drones, that, like, police the world and do all his bidding for him, and they become Ultron. And then he's like, okay, that was a bad idea. I can't, you know, build a suit of armor around the planet. Then in Far From Home, he has a fucking fleet of remote-controlled drones.
But it's okay. But it's okay because it was part of him doing it for the government in Civil War, because him doing it for the government makes it okay.
That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah. So anyway, with that revelation, with that mission over, it is time for us to conclude the stream. We will see you guys next week, where we will continue.
I can't wait to play this by myself after this is over. This was
we
really
will
cool.
Continue the stream. We'll continue playing some Destroy All Humans. If you guys enjoyed it, we hope you did. And then we will see you guys on the flippity flop.
See you next week.
Later,
hopefully,
guys.
love ya, fellas.
Bye bye.